friends, and happy Kawaii Wednesday. Going for another one. I am so sorry that I missed you on Monday. Bring this down a little bit. I oh the cat. I I was really emotional, and then I got some news. It wasn't necessarily bad news. It was just like threw a wrench in like all of my plans, and I just wasn't coping well, so I didn't think it was a great idea to go live. So here I am. I think I'm back. And we're gonna be playing some Punishing Gray Raven. And I did, besides the dorm, I did most of my daily stuff already, so we can like try and actually finish the Everlasting Justice story. Just want to bring that up. Okay, that's all set. I gotta go make everybody happy with me real fast. I also don't have the mic as close as I normally do. I don't know what's going on with the monitor and shit, so if my audio is not great, we'll do our best to fix it. But if I pull the monitor too close, I'm gonna fuck up the camera and everything, so just bear with me. Everything's kind of in transition in my life this year. My space, my everything. Let's see anything. I can't like have my mic straight. And I don't know why I can't move this. Is it the light? I don't know. That's what's going on with me. I woke up late today because I was tired and I wanted to sleep in. Oops. So I've been rushing to get my stuff done, and I still have to do like all of my real people stuff after stream. Life is lifing, man. But we have anime characters to brush, so we must do that. I think I got the stuff sorted out from the phone call I got. I think I got everything sorted out finally. It'll at least buy me some time. Get my life together. It is really difficult right now. Not just to be like independent on your own, but to build your life back up after from like literally nothing. Literally being bedridden, I just picked the absolute opportune moment to make it as hard on myself as I possibly could. I also can turn the air and like turn the unit so it's not blowing directly on me if it's fucking with the mic too much. OBS did update. It actually came out for the last stream that I did, but I skipped it. But things weren't working correctly today, so I had to do it. So if we get some fucked up shit, it's OBS's fault. It's not my fault. Don't blame me, I might cry. Oops. She had a gift. Or something. I did, as I was doing my daily stuff earlier, like right before the stream, I got to level 80, which means I opened a new awakening slot thing, which is exciting. I went up one level of affinity with Liv, my waifu. I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I guess because it's my waifu. It's I don't know if I could ever actually marry or be someone with the same name as me. That's kind of weird. I once knew a couple that was it was a guy and a girl, but they were both named Kyle. That's just you're Max Kyling. Lips are dry. Oh, there we go. Still haven't really figured. Ooh, sorry, I hit you. Still haven't figured out dorm stuff, like how to craft exactly. I think I know how to craft, and I need blueprints and stuff, but I don't know if like I have the blueprints or if I have to buy them every single time I want to make stuff. Because obviously I want to make the utilities that support the characters, which is why they're separated the way they are. Like these things, I want to make them as high, the higher that I possibly can. But I don't really know what I'm doing with that just yet. I used to know. The information is laying dormant somewhere in the recesses of my brain folds. Oh, I did watch Lost. I am on season 3. Oh shit, I didn't put it in the Discord. Season 3, episode 11. So I rewatched season 2 because there was some stuff that I missed because I was doing it while I was working. And then I started season 3 and I'm on like episode 11. It was just after they got to the Soviet as a single person, his bunker. And we found out that God, what is his name? Desmond. Desmond is like psychic or whatever. This is getting insanity. Is that everybody? I think so. Yeah. Oh. She wants to go on the couch. She's hiding behind the bookcase. I also set up the buttons for like battle so I can use the ones on my mouse because I have a Razer Naga, so I have the numbered buttons on the side of my mouse. So I don't have to use my left hand as much because I am still fucked up. I went Sunday without it because it was feeling okay or whatever, and then Monday I woke up in severe pain again. And the thing that hurts the most to do is like opening the door. If I like use my thumb and pull, that's like the muscle that starts hurting. So I think that's probably how I injured it. My body is stupid. My connective tissue doesn't connect anything. So I have been wrapped for a couple days, but the thing about this brace and any like wrist brace with a thumb stabilizer, it has like a double thing here, is that my hands are really skinny. And they only come in one size, so I can't get like an extra small like I do for all of my other joints. So it's just get out of here. It's just it keeps coming undone and it's loose and all this other shit. About to stitch myself into it. Which isn't gonna help anything. I did make another base because I got some cool summer items. So I just put them together, but I haven't put anybody there yet. But actually, I think we have some new friends. Yeah. So this is beauty and utility. He's the only one? Oh, that's the wrong stats too. Well, I guess it's all even. I guess we'll put him in there. Watanabe. Thought I had more than that. That's all. No corrupted. Ooh. No humans. One uniframe, but he's already put away. Okay. Chores. We need to go back to inventory. This is what I forgot to do last time. Was open my packages. So then I can give all of my gifts to Liv. Make her love me! Yes, we were at 7 now. We were at 6 last time. We have 180. I think I've done 2 more draws today for Alisa, or not today, this week for Alisa Echo. I did not get her. I'm saving because there's 17. I want to get this. So when I have Alisa Echo, I can put her in this costume. So I'm saving up, and we have 15 days, and I've saved up that much in like 2 or 3 days. So I think we'll be all right. I think I'll be able to get it. Thing is, will I be able to get her? Yeah, this one. I have 30, so I can do 1 more. Oh, I absolutely love the feral version of number 21. Love her. I've only been using her for these. I have a cat girl bias confirmed. I wonder if I'll have enough time to get her with Alisa. Because I think they're in the same seasonal thing. Need to back in the circle. Push the payload. Ooh. Love her. I want her so bad. Alright, that was the last of my serum. But we made progress. I completed all my daily tasks for this. I also completed cat grab, so I won't be spending time doing that. 350. I need 1,000 to get the cards. So let's see. Got more items. Look at my fucking serum, man. I'm not doing nearly enough battles. Keepsake box. Oh my god, a chocolate cake. Looks so good. Fuck anime food, man. You're destroying my expectations. Yeah, see, I have 42 to 60 pulls for this one. I have until the 13th, but still. It's not her. I did end up getting her at the end of last stream. And she's like my favorite model of that character. No. Am I losing it? Because I got her too at the end of last stream. I don't remember. Is it... It's not just an outfit, right? Did I overlook it that hard?
Program 更新完了。実験データ記録済み。
Should I be saving these skills? Who knows?
プログラム更新完了。実験データ記録済み。
Okay. Silent Seal, Solar Frost. Reggie, that is adorable. I love it. Okay, so it is a different. Yeah. How? Shards? Okay. I'm confused. Either way. I want her feral form. I did not continue the main story, but I did start this Dreams Inscribed, and it's a really cute story. It's like they're playing a tabletop role-playing game, which is cute and interesting. I did go back and do the 25... Was it? Yeah, I think it was 25-6 and 25-20. All I did was I ran around the lab a little bit more. I didn't realize like you could go through the doors and like actually open them and all of that and go outside, and there wasn't much more to learn that we didn't learn from the story, but there was still some stuff to grab. So which one do I do first, though? Where we left off with 25-9. We had found out that her armor that follows with her is actually the culmination of multiple different friends, I guess, that got turned into frames. And so it houses like all of the people that she looked up to at her place. I guess we'll go here. And then me and her ended up at a warehouse on the old ship. It's late at night. The soldiers of Aurora Squadron have entered the woods before you. In order to keep an eye on them, Echo and you have set up a simple camp here. They've stopped. Their base must be nearby. Are you scared? I'm not. It's just the closer I get here, the clearer some memories become. Back then, right after Cicely passed. Cicely didn't really pass. She's in the bot, but she can't really communicate. Why would you do that, Father? Alisa, is something wrong? Alright, I can give you 10 minutes. The doctor in a white coat smiles gently as he looks at the time. Are you here to recite Utopia protocols to me, or has someone violated one of our little Alisa's rules? You know, I'm talking about Cicely. Devote everything to kindness and love. Never disregard what is righteous. Walk in the path of wisdom without arrogance or faltering. Didn't you make those rules? Experimenting on Cicely. Was that kindness and love? Was that righteous and just? Of course, Alisa. Hickman smiles assuredly. It is a most wonderful place, somewhere even better than our utopia here. Everyone can live together happily there. Everyone gets to wield incredible power. It is the most wonderful thing, Alisa. But our research isn't complete. Once it is done, everything will be even greater. Alright, I still have some things to do. Go play by yourself. He's so fucking condescending to her. He smiles as he pats Alisa on the shoulder before quickly stepping away, leaving Alisa by herself. No, that is wrong. That is wrong. She keeps repeating the same phrase helplessly. Despite her heart telling her that everything Pigman said was wrong, the education she has received fails to rebut those reasons. Is that really right? Do righteousness and justice, fairness and order look like this? Alisa, what are you doing here? We just took in a new batch of constructs and we can use some help. Shouldn't you be working today? I see. I'll head there right now. No. Arriving at the door, Alisa sees a few constructs approaching her. The soldiers from Aurora Squadron are walking behind them as if escorting the constructs. This is Utopia. Most people don't get to come here despite how much they want to, so you're lucky. Here lies the only utopia in this apocalypse. Psst. Why didn't Babylonia move here if this place is so great? Babylonia is nothing compared to this. You should treasure what you have here. I didn't know anything about treasuring, so why don't you let me head back? I have never seen this character with a name. You can't come back if you leave. Who would want to come to a place like this? You? He's about to say something when he sees Alisa approaching. Alisa, I'll leave them to you. I have other business to attend to. Be careful. This Lena leading the group is a troublemaker. I thought all constructs had volunteered to come here. Well, yeah, she was heavily injured when we rescued her, so she has to pay us back, so to speak. Fairness, am I right? Nothing's free. That doesn't seem fair. I see. You can go take care of your business. The soldier hurriedly salutes Alisa before running off. Alisa returns the gesture properly before turning around and looking at the constructs they just took in. Hello, my name is Alisa, and I'm in charge of moral education here in Utopia. You can come find me if you need anything. Hypocrite. Oh, it's Lena! Okay. I've seen, like, the silhouette in other events recently. I don't know if it was there before, but recently, and it never has. She never has a name. A sharp voice interrupts Alyssa. How moral can a secret Purno laboratory be? Enough with your crocodile tears. You caught me, so I admit defeat. But don't brainwash me with your morals. But he said they saved you and brought you back here because you were badly injured. Lena lets out a disdainful sneer. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. I like her. She looks daggers at Alyssa without saying her another word. Night has fallen by the time Alyssa is done helping the newly arrived constructs settle in. Long overdue for maintenance, the ventilation system in the public area screeches and painful creaks. Alyssa sits in Cicely's favorite corner, her mind a mess. They said they saved Lena when it was so obvious that she was brought here against her will. Who is lying here? You need to see everything with your own eyes, Alyssa. People's words need to be taken with a grain of salt. You need to see things with your own eyes and listen with your own ears. See things with her own eyes and listen with her own ears. Keeping her eyes slightly closed, Alyssa replays in her head what's happened recently. Utopia has grown increasingly tense since Cicely passed on. She was essentially killed then. Her father has upped patrol around the gate, and Utopia has seen an influx of voluntary newcomers these days. The people that she has just received mark the fourth group today. Which is why she's starting to entertain the idea of having a conversation with that construct going by Lena. She seems to know a lot of things that Alyssa's never been told. Such as Corono and how people see this place as a laboratory base. I mean, given all the laboratories. Past midnight in one of Utopia's flying fortresses, Lena keeps her eyes partially closed, feigning sleep as she observes the patroller outside and quietly leaves a mark on the wall behind her. Never has she thought she'd find herself in for a ride like this while trying to track down Corono's research base. What exactly is Corono doing here? Though? Does Babylonia seriously have no clue about this research base when it is so big and obvious? One step, two steps, the patroller stops at his tracks and starts having a conversation with someone. Hello? Isn't she the construct from the afternoon that claimed to be in charge of Utopia's moral education? Well, what brought you here? Your rooms aren't here, if my memory serves me correctly. I wanted you to talk to you about this Corono and laboratory base that you mentioned earlier today. And you have no clue as to what those are, even though you live here. Good job trying to trick that out of me, but I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not tricking you into telling me anything. I'm just trying to figure things out. Everyone here knows this place is Utopia. Does that Corono really have anything to do with it? Without saying a word, Lena fixes her gaze on the construct before her. The caribous... Caribous? Is that why she has the... I mean, who am I to talk today, but... specialize in tracking and spying. And being a caribou herself, Lena naturally has these skills down to a fine art. It appears that this construct, called Alisa, doesn't have a full grasp of what's going on at this laboratory base, except Lena still can't rule out the possibility that she's just playing dumb to pry things out of her. I have nothing to say about that. She squints her eyes again and looks away from Alisa. I need to go now, but I'll be back. Alisa does a complicated salute before turning around quietly and leaving. I hear clicking, it's my fidget. It's been 10 days since Lena arrived in Utopia. Under cover of night, Lena documents the landscape of this place as part of her daily work, noting that these flying fortresses do not stay forever at one location, and that they can be dismantled and reassembled if needed. Which spells trouble. Lena is trying to come up with a way to get out of this place. Right when she gets back to her room, however, she hears a quiet voice coming from the other side of the window. Lena? What are you doing here again? I assigned you this room because I passed by during my night patrols here. How was your day today? When Lena hears a few quiet rustles of clothing coming through the window, she can almost picture Alisa doing her complicated salute even without seeing her. I want to know what this complicated salute is. How did they manage to raise a child so pure and naive in a place as messed up as this one? You've been standing sentry here for 10 nights in a row now. Don't you feel tired? I feel fine. Work is work, and they don't really want to do night patrols these days. According to Utopia protocols, we're supposed to look out for one another, so I thought I could do night patrols in their place. Are you stupid or what? Damn! Well, I was hoping to learn about Kurno today, if you don't mind, and while we're at it, why do people call Utopia the laboratory base? Do you really have no clue what's going on here? I mean, they're doing vivisection with constructs here. What else can it be called? An orphanage home? But that's not all they are. Are you really that naive? Anyone here, and yes, that includes you, could be the next guinea pig. Why do you think they only take people in, but never let them out? Have you ever set foot beyond this place? Lena's last question seems to have hit home. All Alisa knows about Utopia is that it's a gigantic flying fortress flanked by numerous smaller flying fortresses. All she knows is that everyone living in Utopia abides by the rules here, and that they can all live happily together as long as they abide these rules. And she knows the skies out there have to be blue, the grass is to be green, and the ocean is to be boundless. And yet, she has never set foot outside Utopia. Lena lets out a barely noticeable sigh. Having spent quite some time now observing this girl, she knows for certain that Alisa knows nothing about anything here. I've seen them in the middle of an experiment. They, Dr. Pickman, took Sicily. And I'm going to stop them, because what they do goes against Utopia protocols. People are supposed to help one another, devote everything to kindness and love, never disregard what is righteous. I will do what I can to help your people get out of this place. Wait, don't. Her words disappearing into the silent air, Lena hears nothing more from the other side of the wall. With a frown, she thinks of something to stop Alisa as she hears the same quiet footsteps approaching the wall again. You... Before Lena even finishes her sentence, she hears rustles of clothing again. Good night, Lena. The stars tonight, too, shall shine upon you, or shine upon your dream. It took Lena a long time to finally let her guard down around me. She would say hi to me at recess sometimes, tell me what was going on out there, and occasionally teach me how to shoot with a bow. When she looked me in the eye, I always had this feeling that she was seeing someone else through me. She wouldn't tell me anything, though, when I asked her. She only told me to keep myself safe and never fully trust anyone, no matter who they are. When she trusted me so much herself. So her main weapon is a bow. I'm gonna, do my camera real quick so I can tilt the air away. I'm still here. I'm not leaving. I just didn't want that blowing, and if it is affecting the audio, then fix it. And I don't know how stupid I look moving that, so I'm not gonna have myself on camera doing it. Okay. 2511. All members survive. I'll do my best, man. Can't really sit cross-legged and fit under my desk. Against the sky in which stars hang far and wide apart, the low hums that the armor emits are reminiscent of alarm calls. Commandant? What's wrong? Your body wakes right up and readies itself for a fight after years of being on the front lines. There's movement up ahead. They're probably trying to make their way back when it's still dark. Let's tag them. Let's get them! Fight! Following the Aurora Squadron soldiers, you see a black airship towering in the woods in the faint morning light 2 hills later. So this is Utopia. Utopia! Not as big as I imagined. The whole of Utopia is much bigger than this. This should be one of the smaller flying fortresses out on a mission. Utopia consists of a gigantic flying fortress flanked by numerous smaller ones. Most of the time, Utopia stays on land in the middle of the wilderness and is usually not airborne. Some of the smaller fortresses scatter and come down to the ground when they're on missions like this. Echo stops cold and presses her hand on her forehead. A mind interference? Yes, they probably planted a small armored device somewhere nearby that is equipped with a mind disruptor. So if Utopia is mostly on the ground, why is she not allowed to go out? I don't understand. It's like, is she gonna escape the forest? I don't think so. But it isn't something I can't handle with your connection, though. Commandant, let's keep moving and see what's up ahead. With it, the two of you proceed carefully along the perimeter of the woods. A few tents scatter under the small flying fortress, where a couple of refugees and visibly wounded constructs line up for some sort of registration. Once verification is complete, they are let out into the flying fortress. They're still doing this. Let's try to keep it on the low so they don't see us. I know where the back door is on one of the smaller fortresses. We need to get those people out of there first. Before you can stop her, Echo has put away her weapon and started making her way quietly toward the flying fortress. This is a rescue mission inside a lab in Utopia. Alisa and the Grey Raven Commandant have reached the flying fortress. I see. Pigman turns around from the experiment bench, his golden eyes glistening with a gentle smile. Creepy! That's a creepy motherfucker right there. Little Alyssa's still impatient as always. But I don't suppose a fruit ever becomes ripe with the juice of life if it isn't nurtured with the hardship of life. She has been the best of them all. By the way, that girl from the other day who tried to pay me a visit but ended up in Babylonia, I don't even know who sent her to me. Seems quite impulsive, saying she wanted to join us. Where is the thing she brought with her? Here. The researcher calls up a series of files on the screen. After quickly going through the files, Pikmin falls silent. I see. Should I try to get in touch with them? No, we'll stay put for now. Let's wait and see what we're getting out of the next batch of test subjects. Can't play on the table without any chips in our pocket, don't you agree? I believe Alyssa's not going to let me down, right? He keeps his gaze on the report detailing Alyssa's activities and breaks into another gentle smile. But no! Inside the flying fortress. Navigating the flying fortress is a breeze, with Echo leading the way. What hits you as weird, though, is that all the things out here are out of place, a sign that this place is still under construction. This is where most of Pikmin's men come to rest. Echo quietly pushes open a door. Only to see countless mind disruptors on the other side. It's a trap! Cut off the power connection. Gadgets are no longer working, but Echo still looks in pain. You can only imagine the pain she's going through, having her mind messed up by interference waves as powerful as the ones that just hit her. Lock the door. You've got a hold of Lee and the task force squad nearby and ask them to come down for help. Before they get here, you know you have to help Echo stabilize her mind first. Another attempt to deep dive into Echo's mind. Here we go. Come down, Alyssa. Cicely. While the Grey Raven Commandant is stabilizing your mind out there, perhaps you can take this opportunity to find more clues. This area in the mind might hold the memory behind that gate. Let's have a look over there. Much time. Let's looking for that information first. Gate now opens. Yeah, this is the stuff that I missed last stream. What's that over there? Judging from the height, it should be okay to jump down from here. Oh, oops. I thought it was like a 2-foot drop. What the fuck? Seems to be a machine down there. Let's go check it out. Oh my god. Brains! These are. Personnel file 1. Name Cicely. Identity Babylonian Construct Silver Falcon Captain. Cause taken in battle in a conservation area 112. Notes allergic to eggs. Please mind when preparing recipes. Comment excellent construct with a strong will and a calm mind. Stayed after realizing the escape was not possible. She's still trying to escape, but that's fine because it takes a strong mind to bear the most beautiful fruit. Oh. This file documented things I don't even know myself. Cicely, are you alright? It's okay. This is all the truth you need to know as well. More brains! These are name Nada, Babylonian Construct, Silver Falcon Captain. Cause taken in battle in Conservation Area 112. Notes, likes reading and orders books to Utopia. Comment, trust her captain. That's good. I believe they will be perfect partners again. That's an ominous statement. It's not us. Uh-oh. Brain's getting scrambled. Calm down. Watch out, Echo. I saw that. Yeah. You do not know how to fight before Lena? Oh, fuck. Oh shit. That was my armor. We were all innocent. Don't ever think it, it's just an illusion in mind. But they were lives that actually existed. I'll remember everything and bring justice back to them. Oh, that hurt my wrist. Anti-gravity walk? What the fuck? No longer the once helpless Alisa. Let me have a clear look at things that I once forgot. Careful. Take my mind. It hurts. Kill them all. Or don't. That's okay too. Damn. Echo, you've grown a lot. Let's get going. Leave. Someone's waiting for you out there. I survived. Echo's mind is stabilized. She seems to be trying to wake up from her deep mind. Echo! This place isn't safe. You need to get out of here as soon as you can. Commandant. Can you move? I think I can move just fine. We need to get those people out of here. She struggles to her feet. We can't let Utopia take any more lives. From outside the door, the sounds of shots being fired can be heard. Oh my god, that was scary. Help is here. From Babylonia? What about Sicily? She immediately straightens up, trying to hide the armor. Don't worry, it's a friend. Lee! When you open the door, you see Lee in the hall, trying to open the door to the room that keeps all the constructs locked up. Commandant. Lee casts you a frown, apparently unhappy with what he's seeing. This is Lee from my team. Greetings, I'm Echo. Though still haunted by the pain, Echo insists on greeting Lee with her complicated salute anyways. Commandant, I roped up all those constructs who claim they are Aurora Squadron, and to keep us hidden, I've intercepted the signals around here. And according to this log, they've kept most of the constructs and humans came here voluntarily. Voluntarily? They said Utopia had promised them a future where they wouldn't have to worry about food or anything else, so long as they agreed to become a part of this place. I went through the file myself. Many of them are runaways from some other factions. Some of them are being hunted down. Some are registered as dead in official records, and others came because they wanted a stable life. Lee passes you the file before casting a look at Echo, who's doing her best to convince the constructs and humans to leave. I'm afraid she isn't going to get the reaction she wants from them. Utopia is like a beautiful dream, one that appeals to the exhausted souls wandering without a home. They might know that it's a bottomless abyss, but why does that matter? When there isn't anywhere else for them to go. And just like what Lee said, Echo walks back this way looking upset, getting not a single positive reaction. They all want to follow Aurora Squadron to search for actual Utopia. Is Utopia really as appealing as they think it is? No one can resist a promise when you're already driven to the wall. Aww. Relatable, though. I'm worried about Lena. Is she gonna get brainwashed by Pikmin if she doesn't make it out of Utopia and ends up all alone? Everyone is gonna be able to live happily together forever. Forever and ever. Life stops for all here, so no one will age or die. Is she gonna end up like Sicily? That's not gonna happen. You need to have some faith in her. You're right, there's no way she's gonna fall for anything Pikmin says. I have to have faith in her. Lee walks up this way, having finished a head count. What are we gonna do with these people here? Let's take them back to the nearest conservation area first. Last time, I didn't do so well with getting everyone to survive. But they kept trying to, like, the people I was trying to save kept trying to fight the guys. The task force squad you've reached out to earlier has arrived. With their help, the constructs and humans board, in groups, the transport vehicles that take them to the nearest conservation area. Echo volunteers to go on a patrol. After she leaves, Lee stops what he's doing and looks this way. Purifying Fortress isn't too far from where we are now, Commandant. Those who are after the Kurano test subject? Right. Isurus is leading the team. I tried muddying the waters with some information, but there's no telling how long they can keep them stalled. Something that strikes me as weird, though, is that there's another force trying to muddy the waters, too. We won't be found anytime soon, but I'm having no luck identifying the other force. Their purpose is still unclear, and if they ever find... Don't worry. You put together information you've gathered from Echo's deep mind and send it to Asimov in an encrypted format. Minutes later, your terminal rings with an encrypted call from Asimov. Got what you sent me is something you saw in the mind of that construct going by Echo. Oh, is this something? And some reports from tagging. I see. Would it be possible for you to get your hands on more of this data? It should all be sitting inside Utopia. Utopia? Kurano's research base stationed by their secret force. Those cunning bastards. Asimov falls silent when you're done telling him about what Echo has been up to. A moment later, he speaks again. I'll try my best to keep Babylonia out of this, but you'll have to get your hands on the data at Utopia before Babylonia finds out what you've been up to. I'll do everything I can. I just processed the data you sent my way and forwarded it to Nicola and Wells. Nicola? We have no idea where that construct came from, so the data is meant for them to use as a bargaining chip if Kurano ever finds out about this. Right, but Wells? Yep, as far as this goes, Wells has been treading very lightly. An insider told me that Wells had once an excellent squad that they called Silver Falcon. Except they got wiped out completely doing a simple surface mission, and the mission was located in Conservation Area 112. Conservation Area 112? You remember seeing Conservation Area 112 in a report of Fort Winter, a conservation area destroyed by hetero creatures, is how it was described. That's also where they got Nata and Sicily. I bet Kurno was behind that. We have nothing definite to back that up, but Asimov nods at you. By the way, I sent her data report to the control court a week ago. Asimov nods at you. There are certain things that shouldn't be talked about, even over an encrypted channel. I'll send her down to Earth to look into abnormal samples as soon as I have a chance. You know exactly what Asimov is referring to. That sounds great. Do I? Do I? It's been so long since you last saw her. Who is she? That's all I have for now. Let me know if anything else comes up. Asimov hangs up. We might have a much better chance with Lucia coming back to us, but that doesn't mean I'll be fine with you putting yourself on the line. Lucia? Are you gonna keep looking for Lena with just Echo? Yes. Help can't reach us fast enough when needed. If 3 of us find ourselves in the same pitfall, I'll take Lucia for a rendezvous with both of you as soon as she can take surface missions. Did I survive? I did it! Is he coming with us? Echo says that she's fiddling with the campfire on the ground. Lee has another mission to attend to. Lee hasn't quite changed his attitude about your decision after your brief discussion, but he stays around for a recon as told anyway. Dr. Pickman is very cautious, and he makes sure that these flying fortresses are never too far from one another. If Lena didn't make it out of there, we can still save her if we can get there as soon as possible. Dr. Pickman isn't going to go easy on Lena because this isn't the first time we tried to run away. In a corner of Utopia where no surveillance cameras can reach, Alisa and Lena are trying to cover their movements with books. How exactly do you think you can help me get out of this place with this stupid plan of yours? Lena lets out a sneer, not even trying to hide her sarcasm. Don't think this plan of yours is gonna fly. So stay here, I'll try to get out of here on my own, and come back with some people to flatten this place and get you out of here. No, not only am I helping you get out, I'm letting these people walk free too. Alisa casts a look at the after cabin of Utopia out of the corner of her eye. Just as there are people willing to immerse themselves in made-up fantasy, there too are people who speak up when served the same fantasy. And the after cabin is where they're detaining the constructs and humans who refuse to be part of their experiment. Dr. Pickman has maintained that these people are being detained for violating Utopia protocols, except Alisa has come across no evidence to prove this claim after a thorough investigation. Well, you do know that I know every patrol route here like the back of my hand, and I know exactly where the keys are to the control room. Once the plan is underway, I'll come up with an excuse to get the keys to open the door to the after cabin. The guards are usually mostly relaxed from 3:30 to 4 in the morning, meaning that we'll only have a half an hour to act. There are a few emergency tunnels in the Flying Fortress, and I've marked them on this map for you to keep. Says Alisa as she crumbles up a napkin with a messy scribble of a map and stuffs it into Lena's hand. Well, talk about being naive here. Are you seriously going to trust someone with your life when you've known them for only a few months? Lena looks incredulously at Alisa. Are you saying I shouldn't be trusting you after we spent so much time together? You've taught me to not only archery, but also recon and anti-recon. Aren't these all signs of you placing your trust in me? That's not... she got caught! Looking at the innocent face of Alisa, Lena suddenly feels deflated. Having been betrayed and gotten back on her feet from the crippling hardships, Lena thought that she had already built a wall around her so thick that she'd never trust anyone ever again. This wall, however, seems to be quietly buckling under Alisa's burning courage, letting through a sliver of light that shines upon the darkness behind the wall. Lena has made up her mind to never trust anyone ever again without a pinch of salt, but she's finding it impossible to turn this young lady away when she's coming on with such persistence. Alisa has been waiting by her room for 1 full month already, bringing her a new plan every single day. Lena might have started communicating with her for the purpose of learning more about Utopia's internal affairs, but is that really all she's been doing? Lena can't help but wonder when she started seeing the young girl like a baby sister. Was it that time when Alisa let her in on her childhood? Or was it when she managed to dodge the guards with Alyssa's help? Or was it that time when she taught Alisa how to properly shoot with a bow? Or was it... Lena? Alisa stands up, still fresh-faced. She now exudes the valiance typical of a fearless adult. My father is wrong, and it is my duty to help him see that. I'll help all of you get out of here with or without your trust. I'll play by the Utopia protocols to pursue my own justice. Lena stops dead in her tracks and sizes up the girl with a frown. Their hair is similar in color, and they're about the same height, except Alyssa's eyes are brimming with courage and hope, both of which Lena has already lost. Is it the same color? I thought she was more blue. You... Lena finds herself at a loss for words. Just hold your horses for now. I'll come up with an excuse to stop by the after cabin and see if people in there want to leave. I'll let you know exactly what you need in order to do that. Exactly what you need to do after that. Alright. I'm just making up lines now. Pikmin has done such a great job selecting who to put in the after cabin. Every single one of the constructs and humans in there hates this place's guts and wants to leave right this second if they could. He's a bad man. At night, Alisa and Lena open their doors at the same time. Operation starts. As per the plan, Alisa gets the key, enters the control room, and unlocks the after cabin. Meanwhile, Lena waits for the people at the tunnel's entrance before reuniting with Alisa to help escape from this airborne prison. Is it airborne, though? She says she spends most of the time on the ground. This is it. After Alisa enters the command, the after cabin's door light turns green. While preparing to leave and rendezvous with Lena at the tunnel, she notices a notebook on the table labeled Alisa, grabbing her attention. Is that my name? She opens the notebook thinking it's just a normal examination report. However, what do we find? What is it? Not cool. The examination was finished. We found a gem in this batch. She is young, about 3 to 4 years old. The older kids say no one knows where she's from. The girl seemed to have just shown up out of nowhere one day when they woke up during their escape. As far as I'm concerned, she's a godsend. I've named her Alisa, and I'm going to raise her myself. I'm going to teach her things and turn her into what I want her to be. There's no doubt she's going to be the best. 6 samples from the runaway kids were modified and turned into constructs. Experiment shows that the fusion rejection rates of their mind went down by a few percent points. And based on all the experiments conducted, my guess is that this is due to the fact that they all used to live by the same social orders. With the research grant I'll receive, I'm going to turn my flying fortress into a utopia, where I'll keep all the samples and manage them together. This is going to be my greatest experiment yet. I'll build a spotless, perfect society and walk away with the best of ingredients. I sent Kurino an application for a batch of quality ingredients, and in no time they sent me the ingredients exactly as I asked them to. Best of them all is Cicely from Silver Falcon. She is so perfect, and of what I currently have, Liz is probably the only one who can hope to measure up to her. But I'm just taking my time now since Alyssa's still young. Utopia has just gone underway. Everything is starting now. And when everything is ready, we will be able to make contact with that greater being. And that's when all consciousness will have become one, allowing us to see one another again. Is this a religious cult? Hilarious says, why do we bring a god into this? Alisa, is everything okay? We're by the tunnel's entrance now. Says Linda over the communication device. Right, I'm on my way now. She gives her eyes a quick rub before putting away the notebook and hurrying out of the room. Alisa, is everything okay? He's been exposed. By the tunnel's entrance, Lena casts down a frown at Alisa. Her eyes red. Alisa appears to have been crying. I am okay. Where is everyone else? I asked them to go ahead without us. I thought I'd stay here and wait for you because it's pretty safe inside the tunnel. Not to mention, they've got a team of combative constructs with them in case anything comes up. Aren't you coming with us? Let's go. Ready to go, Alisa bites her lip. Right then, the oversized notebook slips out of her pocket. What's this? Lena quickly helps her pick it up. Inside the tunnel, the pages in the notebook flap in the wind, coming in through the ventilation pipes. Alisa looks quietly at the notebook that's now in Lena's hand, making no attempt to take it back. With a frown, Lena quickly flips through the notebook. Are you crying? No, I'm not. Putting up a tough front, Alisa rubs her eyes and tries to cover her red eyes with her hair. It always makes me wonder why my father ended up the way he is today. Is it because of something that someone said to him? Did something go south with his research? Or is it because some sort of power got into him? This is something I've been thinking long and hard about since I found out that he had killed Cicely. But it never once crossed my mind that Utopia, this place that I love with all my heart, was built with such malice to begin with. Utopia is a mistake to begin with, and so am I. No, that's not true. I was checking my mic still. Lena pulls Alisa towards her, goes around a pipe, raises her hand, and somewhat awkwardly but gently touches Alisa's forehead. Utopia might be a mistake, but you aren't. Do you hear that? Hear what? Lena gestures for Alisa to lean against the pipe, beyond which roar gusts of wind, something Alisa has never heard at Utopia. That's what wind sounds like, and that too is what freedom sounds like. Reaching the tunnel's exit, Lena pops out, turns around, and extends her hand at Alisa. Is she gonna back up? Let's go. That is such a sick picture. The stars go where? Didn't you say you want to pursue your justice? Through the fading starlight and thinning clouds, the morning sun seems to have endowed Lena with a pair of wings to soar into the sky. Leave this place. This place has always been a mistake, and pursue freedom. Once you leave Utopia, I'll help you apply for a position in the Force, and you'll be able to join me on Earth missions once probation is over. And I'll show you all the things you've never seen before. Deserted towns, grasslands so vast you can't see the edge, caves, rocky mountains, and rivers and oceans. Oceans? As she mumbles, Alisa reaches her hand out at Lena. No one is born a sin. It makes no sense for you to feel guilty when you've played no part in Utopia's wrongdoings. Let's go and let me show you what the world has to offer. They left. And you and Lena got separated after that? Lena and I didn't make it out of there that time. There were traitors in the after cabin, and only a few of us managed to get out, thanks to the temporary squad of the combative constructs Lena assembled. Lena, I, and those who stayed in the rear were caught and taken back to Utopia. Dr. Pickman came to speak to me many times. He didn't seem to understand why I tried to help those people get out of Utopia. He thought he was giving Utopia his all and was doing the world a favor, and he failed to understand why I couldn't understand any of that. And I tried to run from Utopia quite a few times after that, but I never made it out with the heavy surveillance that Lena had been put under. They took care to block off many of the hidden tunnels in Utopia too. Leave me alone, I'm reading a story. No promotions here. Pigman was ready with all the preliminary work he had done. He found this armor, the best vessel he could have hoped for. So this armor is what came out of this research. He tried to infuse this armor with all the consciousnesses that he had successfully integrated, and by his original plan, the dominant consciousnesses should have been Cicely and I. But his experiment failed. Most of the integrated consciousnesses, that's so hard to say, lost themselves and became a chaotic lump. Pikmin, he tried to put me into this armor, except the consciousness in it didn't seem to want me around. It was a feeling Echo can't quite put into words. The experiment itself failed, but she felt no pain. Rather, she felt as though her consciousness was wrapped within fluffy clouds and gently pushed out of the armor. It was Cicely. She, or rather they, was trying to protect Alisa, even in death, even when they had turned into boiling shards in mind. and even when they were on the verge of disappearing while being burned. Echo didn't become a part of that armor, but her mind, by a stroke of fate, established a connection with the minds of the girls in the armor. Pikmin carried on with his research of Echo and the armor while trying to put together a new vessel capable of holding a sizable mind. I could hear Cicely talk every now and then, and sometimes we would enter my mind and show up using my body too. Oh, she would enter my mind. Dr. Pikmin wasn't aware of this though, so I took advantage of that and did a few more things. I got my hands on some data. Cicely told me that the data would lead me to an encryption key, and that key would disable the control room's internal system. Except I haven't got to the bottom of the data. I can help. I do trust you. I mean, I've got nothing more to lose anyway. Echo passes you the memory device that contains the data. You connect it to your terminal and encrypt the data before sending it to Asimov. It will take no time. Thank you. There's no way I could have made it this far without your help, and destroying Utopia would have just been some far-fetched dream. You're the one who came to me first, though. I've been able to get this far thanks to you. Keeping her gaze on the campfire, Echo lets out a sigh. I've never been superstitious, but this, I guess I'll never have a better way to put it, other than a work of fate. But I think you should thank your hard work instead. You think so? Of course. As the campfire pops and crackles, Echo looks at the armor next to her, fully engrossed. Justice is bound to echo through the land. The storm may have invaded the skies, but the sun will shine on us again one day. Is that why you changed your name to Echo? No, I wasn't talking about myself. I mean, the usual composed girl blushes pink at your remark. But you're right, justice is bound to echo through the land. You're the one bearing their hopes, so you must press on. I sure hope I can. I sure hope I won't let them down. Her mumbled words melt into the wind and vanish. Here it is. This is where Lena will be probing next, based on the marks she left in the last flying fortress. This flying fortress appears deserted as well, but having survived the trap earlier, you know better than to let your guard down now. What's over there? It's a mark that Lena left. This is her last recon location. She's gotta be here. Hold your hort. Echo, however, wastes no time running to the flying fortress. What's this? To Echo's surprise, there's no one in the flying fortress, save for a vague figure on top of the platform in the middle. Lena. That's a hologram! Slowly, the hologram turns around. Alisa. Geez, what took you so long? I've been waiting for you all this time. Lena, I'm so glad that you're alive. Where are you? I'm gonna get you out of there now. I'm at a happy place. And if you really want to know where this is, it's Utopia, Lena. What did they do to her? It's a good place, I can tell you, and I need to let myself have a rest there because I feel exhausted. No, Lena, no. Remember what you said about getting out of Utopia for freedom? Freedom, huh? Well, that doesn't really matter anymore. I'm sorry, Alisa, but you're on your own now. I really am sorry. But I'm sure we'll see each other there, right, Alisa? No. Echo shouts at the top of her lungs as she makes a beeline for the hologram, which shatters into a speck of light upon touch. But you said it. You said you were going to show me all the things I had never seen. All the things that this world had to offer. Echo, get yourself together. This has to be Pikmin's plan, except you don't quite understand what he's trying to achieve by messing with Echo's mind. Whoa! A huge screen nearby flickers, and a figure donning a white robe slowly appears. Alisa, see, they're all here now. You liar. Fucking liar. Come back to Utopia, Alisa. This is where you get to be with Lena, Cicely, Nata, and the rest of them. With a bit of a slouch, the man on the screen casts a loving smile this way, with those faintly golden eyes of his. Mr. Kugawa Kurino, please hurry up. Kugawa Kurino. He's just a doctor who's still working for the Star of Life. But this time, his name has coincidentally appeared on your inspection report. Kugawa Kurino. Commandant, I see it clicked, huh? Babylonia has been very protective of you, which is a real shame. I've seen your inspection report, and it was perfect. I mean, you'd have made a very excellent vessel. Better than any of the girls, perhaps. So you're the one behind all those missing people. No shit. Well, I'd say I only gave them what they wanted. Most of them came to me out of their own volition. I only picked a few of them and brought them here as ingredients. It's so fucked up to call people ingredients, man. Now, is that supposed to be commendable? All I've done is give them a third chance other than life and death. And when all of this is over, all of us will live forever and ever in an actual utopia. Life stops for all of us here. None of us will age or die, and all of us possess power beyond our imagination. And that really is something beautiful if you just think about it. Well, it's about time. I must get the show on the road. And best of luck to you, Commandant, with trying to get out of here alive. With it, the hidden tunnels of the Flying Fortress fly open as the rooms of engine fill the air. The Flying Fortress is taking off. This way. Fuck. We're gonna get stuck. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's basically a guardian at this point. Utopia Flying Fortress main deck. Time to wake up from this empty dream. Why did I say that? Did she see something I didn't? Fuck! Nice. Oh, good frustration. Long time no see. You've improved a lot, Alisa. Aurora Bastion ready. This is bad. Cicely, be careful. Oh no! Fuck. Come at me. I missed the dodge. Still doing okay health-wise, though. We're getting there. There's only 6. Well, that one has 16, but... I wasn't in range of that one. That's good. That's one bastion down. The other should not be far behind it. Here we go. Damn, you made me do this. Squad 2, get ready for transport. I'm getting more reinforcements. Fuck. Are you ready? Here we go. Bastion? Fuck! Okay, she got it. I was supposed to dodge, but I just jumped. There we go. Away from me! I don't like when they come at me like that. Fucking robots. Holy shit! Big battle. Like the boss. I'm not saying much because I am like focused. I don't want to fuck this up. Or I fuck this up and the worse I make the story. No reason you need to be that close. Get away from me. Damn it. There's one. I happen to take out multiple of the Bastion. She just won't work, she will destroy the fort now. Squad 2! Whoa! Ground's getting tilty. Fuck. That was sick as fuck. Cicely! What a move. What a finisher. The fall is endless. It all seems like broken pieces of a nightmare, showing every single moment that everyone has lived through, happy or sad. 1 second, let me ban this person. Bye bye. Searing flames light the bottom of the abyss, blurring even the clearest of eyes. She doesn't want the fall to stop because she's way too tired. This seems to be what the voices in her head are telling her. But there seems to be something she hasn't yet finished, a promise she has yet to fulfill. See more of this world for me, if you would. Let's go and let me show you what the world has to offer. You're the one bearing their hopes, so you must press on. Who am I? Why do I have to do this? You're Alisa. You're the echo that makes us all proud. Didn't you say you want to pursue your justice? Aren't you going to go and check out the ocean that little Alisa once saw? Go, wake up now, and see this world for us. So sad. As though enshrouded by woolly clouds, her consciousness floats up and away from the nightmare and searing flames. A sliver of light shines through as a cool breeze soothes her painful memories, and the boiling pain in her mind dies down. I am Alisa. I am Echo. Echo! Cicely! Next to her, the armor hums impatiently. Echo, get yourself together. By the time the two of you made your way to the flying fortress, Pikmin was long gone, and leaving behind numerous mind disruptors as he did before. which once again took a toll on Echo's mind. After calling for help immediately, you performed an emergency relief on Echo without cutting off the deep mind connection with her for quite some time before she finally woke up. My mind. It's not looking good at all. We took a quick look at your mind, but we couldn't really tell what happened in there because your frame model is not one of Babylonia's. All we can do now is report the situation to the Science Council and Star of Life and hope that they come up with a solution soon. Also, it's best if you stop fighting now. Your frame is a real mess. Some of your parts are suffering from a lack of maintenance and overuse. See, this and this need to be swapped out, and... Are you from Babylonia? With it, Echo jumps off the bed and tries to get out through the window. Calm down. I did promise you that I would go back to Babylonia with you, but that's not happening now. I just received a notice. They've revoked your arrest warrant for now. What? A fugitive! When help has arrived, you relocate the still unconscious Echo to a safe location. You're trying to come up with an explanation about Echo's situation when your terminal starts beeping. They've revoked warrants for Elena and the test subject? This is probably a signal interruption here. I received the same message before I arrived here. It's Asimov. Makes sense now, then. Did you come across anything new about this flying fortress? We can be sure about one thing now. Remember when I said I found Pikmin's handwriting familiar? You mean... Pikmin showed up trying to mess with Echo's mind. He's Kugawa Kurano, the doctor we've seen before. Kugawa Kurano. He looks at you with a frown. I looked into his background after that, but nothing caught my eye as suspicious. Nothing caught my eye as suspicious, and his track record at Babylonia is clean too. The only reason someone would tell the world who they are when they've been trying so hard to stay on the low. He's already achieved what he set out to do. Which exactly is giving him the confidence, though? Oh, what exactly is giving him the confidence, though? Could it be that his experiment turned out a success? Those Colonel people have always been on their toes. We'd better stay put before gathering solid evidence. Let's try to reach out to Asimov. He might have hidden some data on Babylonia. You need to let Asimov on this. You need to let Asimov on this and let him copy, or have him copy the data before Babylonia gets their hands on it. Copy that. I hope Utopia holds the answers to everything. Okay, I have to go first real quick. So what I've been doing with this is just leaving you with the elevator music. I will be right back. Okay. Return. Oh my gosh, 20. The outfit. Okay. New picture. I've had the same one since the beginning. In the last time that we played, and then today, the only times I've ever gotten new profile pictures. Tell you like how long? I'm assuming it's 30. Abylonia, Parliament Hall. The hall turns to a sea of noise as people inside are informed of the new proposition, one designed to reinforce the elimination of illegal labs and illicit experiments. Illegal experiments? Help us out here and give us a clear definition. What are we supposed to make of these Star of Life and Science Council if regard in vivo testing as the definition of an illegal experiment? The question sets off another wave of commotion among the councilmen. We're talking about that Kurino test subject that we tried to get with an arrest warrant before, right? Did the high-ups find it already? We haven't heard anything about that, but I can't be sure. It seems like they've got their hands on something definitive, given the way they're talking now. Guess I'll cut right to the chase then, since we're all on the same page here. Concerning certain illegal experiments conducted on Earth, we now have our hands on definitive evidence and are working on turning our findings into a report, which we will make public once completed. But you haven't even told us what constitutes an illegal experiment. The military only solved the issue they were having with heterohumanoids based on what they learned from Project Winter, right? And the Science Council has been keeping its eye on Project Winter too, no? So, are we going to classify the Science Council as an illegal experiment project now? That's something I need to own up to. I'm not going to write that off as an unnecessary evil to cope with an emergency situation. But if this plan based on vivo testing has been wrong right from the get-go, then it isn't a path we should continue down. These experiments will eventually throw a science morale conundrum in our face if we don't put a stop to them now. Before we are who we are, scientists and councilmen, that is, we are first and foremost human beings. And to keep a society sustainable and civilized, there have to be lines we can never cross. We need to stop in vivo testing, to stop these experiments from running amok like a swamp spiraling out of control, if we want a better tomorrow for ourselves. Are any of us here still hopeful for the false promises that this project claimed to hold? Is it immorality, or is it becoming an ascendant? Asimov lets out a sneer. Are you of the same opinion yourself? Ah! Kinda scared me a little bit. Nigger, thank you so much for the raid. Dinner Doritos. Interesting. I'm finishing up the story about Alisa Echo. Are you of the same opinion yourself, President Hassan? We just want to hear what everyone has to say about this. Truth be told, most of us probably have no clue about the specifics of Project Winter. We all know how we can benefit from it, but at what cost? Does any of us really know how many of our soldiers lost their lives to these experiments all these years when they didn't have to? For as long as this project has been in existence, no one has been able to come up with a comprehensive report that tells us exactly how many human and construct lives we've lost. And that's why I'm in support of this proposition. And you, Commander Nicola, are you in support of this proposition too? Every time I see Nicola, I think of Nicola from Fairy Tale, which is like my favorite. He's like a little snowman dog. I thought it was, well, you guys are coming in, I thought it was another, I've been getting a lot of view bots today, because I'm just reading a story, which is typically like a second screen streamer thing. And you, Commander Nicola, are you in support of this proposition too? I'm against unnecessary sacrifices. It's true that we're living through a time in which sacrifices are inevitable, but every single one of our soldiers is important to us. Now, I'll have to admit that we all stood to benefit from Project Winter, which in return took more from us than we had to gain from it. He has the snowy hair, so maybe he is a snowman. He's like a, I can think of the word. All I can think of is in Harry Potter they call it an animagus. While incomplete, the statistics here show us that many constructs and task force squads have gone missing over the past few years when they didn't have to. The Parliament falls quiet as well as projects a report onto the overhead screen. We're only looking at the constructs and humans from Babylonia that have gone missing. Now, if we include those from the conservation areas on Earth, the red bar zigzags upward, apparently trying its best to reach for Babylonia afloat on the trails. And I'm sure you know exactly what I mean when I say they didn't have to go missing. After all, I've seen them take my own students straight to hell. I have no idea what they were doing. I did, except... Oh, did I have no idea what they were doing? I did, except I never stopped them because I'm a pathetic coward. And even at this very moment as we speak now in the comfort of this room, trying to decide if we put a stop to these illegal labs, they may still be burnt alive. Oh my god. I'm in support of this proposition. Their sacrifices are meant to help us reclaim Earth and shall never be forgotten, but let's not even think about how much it takes to produce a construct, because before we get there, we need to worry about how we're going to keep Task Force loyal to us, if we let those people continue with their research. If the word is out there that Babylonia leaves these labs at large, just so that we can get our hands on their research data and conclusion reports, just how many constructs do we think that there would still be in Babylonia by the end of the day? What technological support is the Science Council bringing to the table instead if we're to do without all this special experiment data? I think Asimov might be one of my favorite characters. Technological support? What exactly do you mean by that? Be it combating the punishing virus or anything else, Science Council has always been at the forefront of scientific research. While you, sir, what exactly have you done for humanity and Earth other than that cheap lip service of yours? Oh shit! He's not afraid to tell it like it is. He keeps it 100. The balance can tip toward one end when two sides don't hold equal weight. Science Council. The mission has been assigned to Lucia. Got it, thanks. As soon as he's hung up, Asimov finds himself deep in thought. Then, when he opens up another encrypted channel, he sees the face of the Grey Raven Commandant on his screen. Asimov. The Parliament passed the proposition about eliminating all illegal labs and research projects. Oh, the clicking stuff is a fidget that I have. If you hear it. The Parliament passed the proposition about eliminating all legal labs and research projects. The voting gap wasn't big, but the balance did tilt toward our side. And with that, Babylonia's army will temporarily lift arrest warrants that were previously put on Lena from the Caribou and the Curino test subject. Going forward, they'll be searching for them without actually arresting them. I got that message too. Speedy, huh? And thank you for the thing you sent back here. Even if Curino couldn't pin Project Winter on the Science Council and the military, they wouldn't have the nerves to have this part rationalized at the cost of turning all the constructs into defectors. That doesn't mean that they won't get desperate and do something crazy, so you better not let your guard down. If need be, you can take that construct with you and directly request support. Asen and Nicola might just know what we've been up to. You're making a statement by not getting in our way there. And we've made a new discovery here at Utopia. Found something new on mind fusion. No, but we know who this Dr. Pickman actually is now. He's Kukua Kurino from Star of Life. No matter how many times I try, I won't get that right. Looking quietly at the picture shown him on his terminal, Asimov is deep in thought. It's him! It did cross my mind before, when you were locked up, but I couldn't confirm if I was right with my hunch, because the Science Council and Star of Life were never that close. Kurino might have infiltrated deeper into Babylonia than we previously imagined. Asimov falls quiet again. Now that he's come clean with his identity, he must think that nothing can stop him anymore. My hunch is that it won't be long before the guy is done with his research, meaning you'll need a few extra hands to help you out there. After Asimov makes a few taps on his terminal, his frown eases a little. Lucia, is good to head down to Earth. Thank you. I've asked to have Liv sent along with her as support. Babylonia has revoked the arrest warrants, but Kurino is not going to stop. So you'll have to get back there with the data before the purifying force gets there. I'm sure Kurino is going to destroy that laboratory base before anything else gets there. And I've cracked the data you sent me yesterday. Lucia has the key, and Lee will know what to do with it. There's nothing you need to worry about the Star of Life. I'll look into it with Hippocrates. Who's Hippocrates? Path of Judgment. They've approved Lucia and Liv's support application, Commandant. Surprisingly fast this time. Desperate times call for desperate measures. The military needs evidence to put Kurino down. Any news from them? Not at the moment. There are things that are better left out of open discussion, even at desperate times. Do we have Pickman's exact location now? Nothing more than approximation. They're making finding him very difficult. It's a big area, though, and even with 3 task force squad, it'll still take us some time to pinpoint his location. And chances are they'll probably have already destroyed the data we need by the time we find them. There should be another way to go about this. I'll keep narrowing down Utopia to an even smaller area before Lucia and Liv arrive. I hope we can still make it in time. Does that mean I get a full team now? Not that I don't like fighting alone. It's scary. Inside the conservation area. It's been a while since the girl last found herself unworried at a safe place. There is nothing to worry about and nothing to keep her guard up. For no need to fear seeing her face on a wanted list in a conservation area, nor does she have to watch her back for pursuers. Inside a tent, Echo opens the window, letting a ray of sunlight come through along the window lattice. Outside the window, she catches the Grey Raven Commandant in the middle of a conversation with a construct going by Lee. Hey, what are you doing down there? You're supposed to be lying in bed. Coming through the door is the support construct that attended to her the other day. You really should be resting yourself now. We can't give you a full fix here because we don't have a whole lot of medical supplies at our disposal for constructs. Gently, the support construct escorts Echo back to her bed and checks the more severely damaged parts on her once more. On top of your mind, we're seeing moderate damage in your support circulation system. You should get these parts changed too. The support construct lets out a sigh as she records the parts that need to be changed. Well, aren't you feeling any pain, or is the pain signal malfunctioning? I did feel pain before. Back when she was little, when everyone still called her Alisa. Whenever she fell and cried out for her father would always stop whatever he was doing and put her on his lap to soothe her. When exactly was it, though, that she stopped feeling pain? Was it when she bore witness to Cicely's chosen death? Was it when she found her father's notebook? Or was it when she and Lena got separated? These pain her more than her physical wounds. But I guess I just got used to it. Gently, the support construct lets out a sigh. After writing a few more things in a notebook, she looks tenderly at Echo. Guess what? You're in luck. This isn't the first time Babylonia is bringing home a construct from another faction. Asimov knows what he's doing, and I'm sure he'll be able to give your mind a full fix. Asimov? He's currently in charge of Babylonia's Science Council and is also chief technician. He's done a lot of brilliant research, and I'm sure he can help you. He sounds amazing. Yep, so just chill and let Babylonia take care of everything now. And you really need to give yourself some more rest here. Sleep kills your pain better than anything else. No. The support construct sits by Echo's bed, and it isn't until Echo's breathing slows down that she takes her leave quietly. When the door slowly clicks closed, however, Echo opens her eyes silently. Babylonia. Doesn't sound too bad at all. But I'm afraid that's not where I should be going now. Echo removes her weapon from the wall, and, planning to escape, tiptoes her way across the floor towards the window. Before she even opens the window, however, she hears the same hum she's heard only too many times. Cicely, would you like to stay here? The armor hums quietly as it touches Echo's forehead. Babylonia should be a nice place, and that science council sounds pretty impressive too, if you stay. The armor... Alright, fine. This armor suit contains, like, her close friends. Their consciousness got put into it. Kinda. Haphazardly. Let's go, then. There are things that we just have to do on our own. Still talking, the Grey Raven Commandant and the Construct haven't noticed what's happening here. Without catching anyone's attention, Echo and Cicely sneak out of the conservation area, the first place that's ever made Echo feel safe. Based on what she overhears from the conversation between the Grey Raven Commandant and the Construct, Babylonia is apparently plotting an attack on Utopia, except they haven't yet pinpointed its location. Being the airborne camp that it is, comprises a few dozen flying fortresses, Utopia, if alerted, can easily slip into a non-traceable zone, making it close to impossible for anyone to find it again. Which is why Echo is starting to entertain the thought of turning herself into a torch that shines through the night, by putting a locator on herself. This is a shackle she bears and a bloody sin she has yet to absolve herself of. This is their fight, and a path down which they stand to be tried. She doesn't know what the end of this path holds, but having come this far, Echo is starting to have a grasp of what justice and order really mean. Because someone has taught her what justice is like, shown her a path to freedom, and led her out of the swamp that once trapped her. And she considers herself only too lucky for having such experience. Let's get going, Cicely. I don't know how I'm supposed to read that. A robotic sound. On her terminal, she dials a number she knows only too well, but has never actually once dialed. Alisa, anything I can do for you? Need reports of another test subject sent your way, or... I want to go back to Utopia. I've seen you've come around. I always know my little Alisa is the best of all. Come back, Alisa. Come back to Utopia, where you'll be received with open arms. And become a real family with me. Seemingly preoccupied, Pikmin only sends Echo an address before hanging up. And back I will be, Father. Justice is bound to echo through the land. The storm might have invaded the skies, but the sun will shine on us again one day. I'll find you, try you, and head straight for hell with you. I don't want that to be the end. The support construct that's been taking care of Echo has worry written all over her face. When you're done talking with Lee, you cast a look over at where Echo is supposed to be. I thought she was asleep. When did she even get up and get out of here? It's all my fault. I should have stayed around longer instead of... It's not your fault. A slip of paper on the table catches your eye. Please take good care of Cicely when I help you locate Utopia. Except you don't see the armor that Echo calls Cicely, whom Echo sees as her elder sister. There is just no way that an elder sister would bear sitting around seeing her younger sister walk into the battlefield. How much longer will it take Lucia and Liv to get here? They'll be arriving in airdrop pods, but they'll need time to get ready first, so we're looking at 25 minutes. That's good enough. Get yourself ready, we're leaving. Utopia shouldn't have been on Earth at all to begin with, and you're going to put an end to it. Another battle! Oh shit, I do have a team now. Oh, I can't edit. Okay, because it's Lee. The fuck? Lucia and Liv. They're not as strong. They're not my strongest characters though, so I hope that doesn't matter. In Utopia's lab, Pikmin looks happily at the sample before him. That's the test subject! Let's go. Subpar and definitively nowhere close to Alisa, but this makes a bare pass nonetheless, I suppose. Alyssa's no doubt one tough act to follow. How's everything coming along with the mind fusion? Fusing selected minds. 23.45%, 33.63%. As the progress bar on the screen slowly fills up the space, the construct in the vessel struggles violently in silence, which quickly comes to a stop. A silent rejection reaction is detected, but the majority of the minds have been fused successfully. Keep going. Yes, answers the researcher as his hand trembles. Right then, 2 members of the Aurora Squadron appear from the other side and open up the vessel to drag out the construct that looks long dead. Is it really right what we're doing, Dr. Pickman? Of course. It's going to be a whole new world where everyone will stop aging, meaning that we won't be dealing with deaths or sadness. And that is the world where we will be seeing one another and making contact with a greater power. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's trying to start a religious cult. But, like, who is he to worry about death and sadness when he's, like, killed basically everyone trying to put them in like, the mind things? But we don't have sufficient theories to... Son, here is something I want to share with you. Soft-spoken, Pickman doesn't seem offended by the researcher. See, I once did some research on ascendants. One of the reasons the Ascension Network chooses them is because their minds are stable enough. And when you put together countless stable minds together and have the most powerful consciousness lead the rest of them to make contact with the Ascension Network, almost though he could visualize the picture in his head, Dr. Pickman breaks into a smile. Why exactly are we limiting human evolution to constructs? I see. Through the horrendous test subject, the researcher seems to see the cosmic of tomorrow of humans that Dr. Pickman is speaking of. Hair keeps getting my eyes. I need a haircut really bad. Keep going. We're running on short time here. You quickly assign work to the construct, staying behind at the conservation area, and notify nearby squads that offer support. When you finish all the preparations, you see Lee already in a vehicle waiting for you. All set, Commandant? Well, let's... Commandant! Lucia, live! I'm back, Commandant. Lucia of Grey Raven, reporting for duty. Lucia salutes you ceremoniously. How are you feeling, Lucia? Never been better, Commandant. Please rest assured. Lucia looks at you, her eyes brimming with the same loyalty and courage as always. Ready to make some noise? As much as you was, all I could take some time to catch up with them. The clock on your terminal seems to be telling you that time awaits none. Let's get going. Right. I'm at your disposal, Commandant. It's great that we're all together again. Yeah, you missed like a huge climax in the thing, but it's all of my videos go up on YouTube, so if you want to listen to like the whole story, it's all there. Not to mention that we'll all be arriving at the place as a team rather than separately. Then, out we go, Grey Ravens. Roger. No, I didn't. I think I'm at 42 out of 60. But I don't have enough cards yet to do it today. Maybe after I finish these I will. Slee, Commandant, we got in. The enemies down there have noticed us. We could attack them off guard. Right, as we discussed, I will provide sniping support from the high ground. Liv has already come through another safe passage. I'm gonna meet her. I'll take care of the escaped enemies if there's gonna be a fight. What? Am I supposed to remember that? Dunhart. Yeah. I'm worried. I've scanned this place to decipher the fortress's operation data. We'll have to use their central control panel. Their central control desk in the back. I can handle it myself, but I need the enemy's passcodes. Well, then there's a fight. Then there has to be a fight if we do that. We need at least 5 passcodes to open the gate. The patrol guard should have them. Be careful, Lucia. Yeah, I will. You can count on us. Chico's in her little pixel dress. Oh, that's so many bastions. You kidding me? What? What the fuck am I doing? Nice. What am I going for next? Nope, nope, nope. Oh shit! Damn. At least sniped him. Like 5 a.m. Oh, no worries. I forget where I'm supposed to be going. I need 5 passcodes from the guards. Is there a door I missed? Dude, having snipe support is so nice. You just wrecked that guy. Well, it's not a door. The fuck? Don't get what I'm supposed to be doing. Nope. That's just settings. Taking out 5 dudes yet? That's not a door. Oh god, I so badly don't want to anger all the bastions. Did I miss an instruction? I feel like I might have. Oh. Hack the computer. What is it? File XTY86. That's right. Damn, and there's another firewall. Oh! I'm gonna play Little. It's so pretty. That's gotta be one of the prettiest DLC. Like, art-wise, that we've had. Comes 5 more. Damn. remember when I said that was good. I had a big fight before, and I was like, oh, is this the boss fight? It wasn't. Operation date cracked. Flying fortress on the outer circle slowly comes to a stop, following the heavy roars of machines and the grinding of gears, forming a weird shape around the central flying fortress. I cracked Utopia. I cracked. I cracked Utopia's central control system using the encryption key I got from Asimov and locked all the smaller flying fortresses around the central flying fortress. So that wherever we happen to be after breaking through our current location, we can make a beeline straight for the central flying fortress. Let's keep heading towards the central flying fortress. Based on our current location, Echo appears to be in one of the smaller flying fortresses around here. You keep your fingers crossed, hoping to reach her in time. In one of Utopia's smaller flying fortresses, keeping herself hidden in a dark corner, Echo gulps for air. Utopia is so big. Sorry. This is Star Eater perk? I have not been paying attention to perks. Countless flying vessels gather and reassemble around Utopia. Echo has tried again to brute force her way through. Why am I struggling all of a sudden? Only to see more enemies behind the door every time she opens one. The armor seems dejected as well. From behind Echo, she puts a hand gently on Echo's shoulder. Cicely, we aren't quite there yet. Echo knows she can't stop just yet, not when they're all in this together. I'm sure we'll get him somewhere, like how the sun always shows itself after the darkest hours. Holy shit! As Echo tries to figure out how to preserve her energy, the deck suddenly starts shaking. Commotion fills the air. The majority of the Aurora Squadron doesn't seem to know what just happened. Yeah, the last battle, like I was talking about, like half an hour ago, I think. The floor like lifted up and then slanted, and we started falling off. It's them. Echo's eyes shine brightly. She knows her trust has paid off, and in the best way possible. It's us! She's talking about us! The Commandant has cracked the data Echo herself had trusted the Grey Raven with, and controlled these smaller flying fortresses with the encryption key in it. It's about time. Do you need a few more minutes before we go, Cicely? The armor touches Echo's forehead gently, as if talking to her in silence. Well, let's get going then. She's thoroughly exhausted, but her eyes are glimmering with light, redolent of the stars in the galaxy. Oops. For bullying. These auto item rolls with 2 exotic perks and small pool. So perks from other classes like Star Eater skills and 100 exotic. It gives you super damage. Okay. She's thoroughly exhausted, but her eyes are glimmering with light, redolent of the stars in the galaxy. I thought you were bullying because you said you was shit. Utopia control room. Hickman squints his eyes in appreciation of the test subject in front of him, while the researcher beside him wastes no time recording what's happening. Mind fusion 56.24%, 67.23%. As the red progress bar slowly fills the gray space, the construct in the vessel falls quiet after a violent struggle. Rejection reaction detected, remaining consciousness about 62.15%. That's good enough. How many samples do we have left? 3. That won't do, we're still missing the most important one. A leader. At best, the end product could be nothing more than a huge and orderly mess without a leader to hold the consciousnesses together. The word is so hard. It's only when there is a leader that one is stable and firm itself, leading them, that they can come to make contact with that greater power. What a shame. He shakes his head as he casts a look at the screen next to him, which is now showing Echo fighting alongside the armor. Alisa and Cicely, either one of you has what it takes to put this experiment to a perfect end. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. Pikmin breaks into a smile. Never thought I'd ever need to use Plan B, but... Slowly, Pikmin removes his gloves. Alright. Conference room, Babylonia. Sitting in a corner, Wells keeps his gaze on the Silver Falcon badge in his hand. The Grey Ravens are now around the coordinates provided by the Chrono test subject and have discovered the target, Flying Fortress. A team of task force has been ordered to head down to support. Won't be long before Dark Ares arrives as well. Say what's on your mind, Wells. You've been quiet for far too long. My apologies. We've had all the information compiled. Aurora Squadron's main force in the Central Flying Fortress. But it's going to take us a while to break through the line of defense formed by the smaller flying fortresses surrounding it. That construct by the name Echo, who's also the Chrono test subject, has made her way into one of the flying fortresses. So she is the test subject? We've constantly seen small flying vessels fall, and our guess is that the doing so of said construct. We need to be fast and get our hands on the data before they destroy. Kurno is aware of what's happening and has a few private squads sent over with whatever excuses they can come up with while having no time to cover up their action. Speedy as always, huh? We have the upper hand because we made the first move this time. Our teams on Earth hit them when they were least expecting a hit. But Kurno... Wells clenches his fist around the Silver Falcon badge, feeling a twinge of pain as the badge pointed end stabs into his palm. Calm down. All of this will come to an end sooner or later. What? In the extravagantly furnished office, oh, we just love these two, don't we? Furnished office, Collins opens his mouth to speak while absentmindedly going through the reports in hand, all the while not even looking up. We sure never imagined things to go this far. Say, is this what you had in mind? Well, never quite saw this coming, but we always play it by ear, right? Norman seems to be reading the same reports. Well, true, but that's not without its risks. Which is why I think I'll try to get Trojan back home as soon as Trojan back soon before we find ourselves trapped in the swamp. How's everything going on your end, Collins? Mediocre, but that's not something to ruffle our feathers. The best always comes last. The terminal sitting on Collins' table beeps a few times as 2 encrypted files arrive. See, speak of the devil right there. Got one for you too. That's great, and let's hope this is good enough to finally make those geezers back home jump on their feet and do something. Having gotten what he wanted, Norman cuts the line. Collins, however, takes no offense. He looks out the window, past which he seems able to see through space and see Earth beyond. Gotta say, it's a shame that I don't get to be a part of this cosmic act. I wouldn't call it a shame. Let's call it luck. In Utopia's control room. Standing upright in the middle of the control room, a test subject has numerous wires connected to their body, the machinery around them humming away. Hickman removes his gloves and fine-tunes one of the machines. Mind fusion, 100%. Rejection reaction detected, remaining consciousness about 71.03%. Dr. Pickman, are you really sure about this? Of course. His tone is gentle but firm. This is going to be my greatest experiment yet, so it makes perfect sense that I validate it myself. You only get a fusion of minds so perfect and vast when the samples have lived by the same rules. And all the time and effort going into building this utopia is finally paying off. We're only one step away now from finishing my greatest experiment yet. Why isn't he putting himself through this, you know? Pigman keeps his gaze on the test subject, captivated and mesmerized. But the follow-up... I'll leave it to you, son. You already know exactly what you need to do, don't you? But... Pigman lets out a quiet shush to stop the researcher from saying another word. You know exactly what that place is like, that we'll all find ourselves at, right? You and I and every single life there is. We'll see another one. We'll see another there again. One another there again. Now, let's get started. Of course, Dr. Pickman. Teacher. Sensei. Pickman takes a little... Pickman seems a little taken aback hearing the researcher call him this. Hearing the research call him this. Looking at the researcher who goes away with Pickman himself as a student. Pickman breaks into a faint smile. Let's do it. He walks into the vessel. So he is gonna do it. He is gonna be the final one. And just making the researcher do his dirty fucking work. Holy shit! He did. He put himself in it. Oh, Tosama! Oh shit! What? Get myself out of this situation. Oh shit. I hit the Windows button on accident. I think I might fuck the battle. Fuck. What is that? The left control and Q. What is that doing for me? Is that what it was supposed to do? Oh god, I am not doing well. Fuck! Why did I go in alone? Alisa with me. No. Fucking weird. You can't beat us. Come out, everyone. Follow me into the real utopia. Is he gonna kill everyone? This has got religious cult written all over it. Fuck. Really bad shape. I'm not gonna make it. Need a healer. Where's Liv? How am I still alive? Fuck. I don't know how I'm still going. Unless I'm supposed to be this dead. I guess don't question it. I did it. Oh my god, the rock!
アリサは私が背負う過去。でも今は
Shoot him in the face! Oh god. Oh, I guess he's come back to full health. Fuck! Dang it. There's no way. I can't do this alone. Fuck! Yeah, and I'm not good at Souls games. I barely made it through the intro. Am I back to full health? What the fuck? What the fuck? Is that how I'm supposed to handle that? Where's my Grey Raven team? I'm doing these battles more. Wait a minute. And now I'm back to healed. I don't get it. Is him as a playable character? That would be pretty sick, except he's evil. It's like my bar getting filled up. Does that count as being downed? Because it doesn't say anything about. Fuck. He's just wrecking the absolute shit out of me. That's true. Evil guys are the coolest. Goes with his soul burst. She's like, she's not my character, so there's like, it's not like being underleveled or something. Oh my god! Dark staff. Is that how I'm doing it? Damn it. Destroying his staff? What's giving him? Almost halfway there, but I am so dead. Oh my god. I need my Grey Ravens. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, he's walking at me. Don't do that. Where's my fucking health again? Jesus. It doesn't matter, like, if I dodge strategy or not. I don't think I have enough stamina to dodge all of his shit. Ooh. Fuck! Am I gonna run out of chances? Am I wearing a tracker? Which means Grey Raven should be locating me to find fucking Picken. Dude! He was just at full heal. Again. And he melted me again. What? Why can't I use the Dark Staff? And if he gets... Yeah, I hit 100 bars. And I'm not excited for when we get to like the 20s, because he's gonna get even worse. Just following boss logic. Oh my god. Dude! What the fuck am I supposed to do? "11 minutes. It's been me getting beat on and then brought back to full health and then getting beat on and then brought back to full health and then getting beat on. Again. Touch me! Fuck! Fucking hell. Is there a way to get Echo to trigger that I'm just not aware of? If he gets a phase 2, I better get a fucking Grey Raven squad. Ugh, there's no way. There's no fucking way. Oh, I'm gonna do it again. Sufficient train. Equips it insufficient train. The fuck? It's a frozen land through which cracks run. Swarming up this way through the mud as they let out beast-like howls. They're seemingly endless, corrupted. She lies on the ground surrounded by broken limbs. She's unable to think, her mind filled with vital fluid that now reeks of grass. I think so, because I think you, like, I've only triggered it twice. It's like switching to the armor being like that. I don't know how to do it. I'm gonna try to finish this little branch of the story and then see about if there's a training thing. She's not able to think. Her mind is filled with vital fluid that now reeks of grass. Please help. Yeah. When she presses the hidden button on the back of her badge, with what little energy she has left, the badge starts blinking red, showing that a connection has been established. The construct lies helplessly in the war-ravaged wilderness, her body all but completely destroyed. After God only knows how long, a clean-up construct arrives. Oh boy. Half-heartedly, the construct goes through the broken construct limbs on the ground, apparently trying to find something. And there. He pushes away a few powerless robotic fingers and in a swift motion pulls out a metal name tag. Nada of Solar Falcon, Babylonia, registered as dead. Help! We're still alive. Sika of Solar Falcon, Babylonia, registered as dead. We're still alive, you can't. Commandant Arabella of Solar Falcon, Babylonia, registered as dead. No, poor thing. The construct steps up on the Solar Falcon badge that's still blinking red. After which he casts a barely noticeable look at the construct on the ground as though certain that she's still conscious. Help us. Incomprehensible and hoarse, her beg for help makes its way out of her broken vocal system but falls on deaf ears as it quickly bleeds into the wind. Babylonia 12 hours ago. Cicely, check this out. The female construct waves a book at Cicely. Took me a while to find a paperback of this book. Heard they produced this gem in a limited quantity back in the Golden Age. Are you sure it's not because no one really bought it? I mean, I can't really imagine poetry collection of the Golden Age as being a bestseller. Hey! Alright, stop fighting. Did anyone see Commandant? With a gentle smile, the purple-haired construct breaks her combative teammates apart. In the lounge. Got a new mission, apparently. And you're also wanted on the mission, too, when you just got back from a support mission. I feel like the Department of Labor is going to start breathing down our neck if you work another day. She looks like the support construct in the other part. I'm totally okay. I volunteered myself for the support mission, hoping to lend people a hand. And the conservation area they're headed to is part of the reason I volunteered myself too. Hey, you sure are pulling out all those stops looking for those kids you saved. You've been swinging by whenever you could, and you'd even given them your share of supplies. They're just kids after all, so I thought I'd drop by every so often to make sure no one's bullying them. Has the Commandant sent out a briefing mission yet? Let's see, you're to eliminate the corrupted and hetero creatures in the Conservation Area 112 and protect its residents. A protection mission, huh? Hey, stop showing that, oh, it's so easy face because it's a protection mission. Everything we do now we're doing for the future of Earth, and every fight we've been through, it builds us up and readies us for the war that will eventually come. I'm gonna get myself ready now. You coming with me, Cicely? You can have a quick chat with General Wells. Catch you in a bit at the lounge. For that Control Q mechanic in the beginning of the fight, I might bind that on my mouse because it's very difficult for me to do, especially with my bum hand. While I was sitting at the conference table going through the reports after a meeting, when he hears knocks on the door, he speaks without looking up. Come in. General Wells? It's been a while, Cicely. Is everything okay with my proposal? Still under review. The best that Babylonia can do for the kids at the moment is take care of them collectively in the conservation areas. Babylonia can only consider taking them in if they're exceptionally excellent, or if their parents have made exceptional contributions. And that's how we're gonna go about it, even though we know that's not fair to the kids. Yes, that's exactly how we're gonna go about it, even when we know that it's not fair to the kids. Things aren't so black and white, Cicely. I'm a little surprised I have to point that out to you. Justice will eventually prevail, and the righteousness will find its way back to the people. I remember this is what you once told me. Babylonia can't just take everybody in, you know, says Wells as he shakes his head. When it comes to Babylonia, there are certain things in which not even Wells, nor himself, nor Hassan, has or gets a say. Apologies for getting ahead of myself. I know you're just trying to be fair with every child, Cicely, and I understand that every child represents hope leading to the future. But there's only so much we can do for them now. Cicely has been Wells' best student, and she seems in constant pursuit of perfection to the point of being stubborn. And while there's nothing wrong with that, doesn't seem like a luxury their current situation allows. By the way, we're assigned to a new surface mission, and we may need to leave right away. A new surface mission? And it didn't come through me first? Wells makes a barely noticeable frown. It's a corrupted attack, and I guess they didn't have time to run it by you. Anyhow, I'll work by improving the proposal from before while I'm away. Cicely's terminal beeps impatiently. Well, I've got to go now. I guess I'll see you around then, instructor. Whoa! The door closed with a heavy thud. Jeez, I slammed that door. No, don't. Don't go. Cicely jolts awake, her forehead wet with condensate liquid. Cicely, how are you feeling? I'm okay, just had a nightmare. Moments like this teach us to remain calm on the inside and be at peace. Nada is trying to cheer Cicely up with the world's last copy of poetry collection of the Gold Age. You're probably the only person around who actually buys into this stuff. Well, this is just... You aren't gonna save food for the soul, are you? Come on, I'm still feeling full from breakfast here. Chill, Zika. Nana is trying to trying to cheer me up. Facing the person monitoring her and the blinking camera behind her with her back, Cicely starts communicating with Zika and Nada using their secret sign language. Where is Commandant? In the West Wing. There are pipes to escape with. You sure we can trust the informant? Yes, I've double-checked with Alisa. Alisa's a good kid. She's been leading the life of a just and righteous person, following all the ridiculous rules of this place. It's a real shame that she was born into a place like this. Which is why they've made up their mind that if they knew how to leave this place, they'd take her with them too. Nada. Weapons are ready. Nada is probably the only person in this world who can put together usable weapons in a place like this. Cicely gently clasps the broken Silver Falcon badge in her palm as she tries to formulate her next step. No, don't. Don't go. We do as planned. Move tonight. No, you can't. Zika and Nada look her way with a barely noticeable nod. She just might have a chance to get a hold of Wells if she can leave this flying fortress. No. Who's no? Cicely? Cicely, are you okay? Beads of condensate liquid from her forehead make their way to the strands of her hair by her ears, redolent of snakes slithering into her mind. I'm okay, nothing but a nightmare. So what's up, Alisa? As that one line of words that she used to believe with all her heart replays in her mind, cold condensate liquid oozes out of her artificial skin. Father said he couldn't go to class with me tonight because he was busy. Do you have the time, Cicely? Of course I do, Alisa. She strokes Alyssa's forehead lovingly as Alyssa looks back this way, her eyes filled with trust, all while unaware of the emotional turmoil Cicely is going through. Alyssa's a good kid, the one and only flower to have grown out of Utopia's rotten soil. Their first runaway attempt came to naught. The ventilation pipes failed them, catching Aurora Squadron attention and causing them to activate their mind disruptors immediately. Seems like you're going to make one fine addition to the first batch of Utopians. The machine beeps coldly as the liquid is released into the vessel. Ah, such wonderful data. Babylonia sure built you well. She's never seen Arabella or Zika again. Aww. Seems like we have a guest. Let's go there. Looking to the side door, she catches Pikmin in a conversation with someone. Don't think they have anything you need anymore, do they? Time for you to pay up. Mission with the exotic. Alright, I have some stuff that I still need to do today, but I'm running over time because I want to see if I can finish this. I'm putting myself at great risk here fabricating these records, so I'll need to give me money. I'll need you to give me money so I can run for it. Out of Silver Falcon, Babylonia Register is dead. Seek of Silver Falcon, Babylonia Register is dead. Commandant Arabella of Silver Falcon, Babylonia Registered is dead. Poor thing. No. Sicily. No way. A new surface mission and it didn't come through me first. It's a corrupted attack and I guess they didn't have the time to run it by. Don't push that door open. All set. Can't let Zeke and Arabella. Calm down. Broken beyond recognition, the Silver Falcon badge has been left to rot on the snowfield. Afloat in the vessel, Nada is drained of life. The armor in front of her turns around slowly. They'll see one another in there. At Utopia, where there's no pain, where eternity prevails. No. Nada was the price that they had to pay for their failed runaway attempt this time. They acquired the password to open the door that would set them free, and they even felt gusts of wind all around them. But their hard work all came to no avail. Sicily. It hit Sicily that just now that with the other three gone, the only Silver Falcon still alive is Sicily herself. Yeah, I'm okay. Nothing but a nightmare. That's it. It's all gonna be a nightmare. It pains her to think about that time when no one responded to her call for help after she came across an unusually large group of corrupted. It pains her to think about that time when no one answered after she pressed the emergency contact button on her badge. And it pains her to think about that time where her whereabouts became an open secret during an escape attempt. If entering this place means that she can go back in time, if entering this place means that she can meet them again, if entering this place... Beyond the skylight, the hazy skies are heavy with pent-up ash-gray clouds, and before she knows it, drenching rain starts coming down fast and hard on the windows. She can't remember ever having seen the sky since she came to Utopia. Does she hold a grudge in her heart? It appears so at times, but then there also seems to be none at all. All her pent-up frustration from being betrayed and failing to escape seems to have vanished bit by bit as time goes by. She'll let it all come to an end here. This, she figures, is probably for the best. So long, Silver Falcon. Please forgive her for running away. Sorry, Alisa, please forgive me. I know I shouldn't be asking for this after leaving you there on your own, but if the sun ever comes out, see more of this world for me if you would. Okay, put that on the... I can't edit. I don't know how this will help. Oops. It's like impossible to dodge. Hold up. Not what I want. There has to be something besides the control Q. Doesn't teach you anything. What is it? This seems like something. Stage complete, okay. So that's basics. We already knew. Core skill. Upon entering tactical cipher, Echo starts charging, during which the signal orbs are temporarily placed. With cipher orbs, when a cipher orb is pinged successfully, it will unleash a sword wave to damage the enemy. This is what I'm talking about. I couldn't figure out how to get that to go. When Soul Shatter Mark is present after casting the Imprisoned Coast Strike, Echo can consume a Soul Shatter Mark inside Judgment Zone to unleash Soul Breaking Coast Strike. Press and hold on basic. Okay. Okay. That's how that works. Okay, let's try that again then. There we go. Okay. Alright, that's how the echo. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Oh, no, 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 no. All the way to the end. Two little dum-dums bad words. Love that. Shit. Damn it. Damn. Fuck. Come on! Get me the fuck out of here. Maybe it traps me. I didn't want to like overestimate my abilities here. $65. That's not bad. That's not bad. 2 minutes. Cicely beat the fuck out of him. A good place to. Ah. My little armor, yeah. I think she's the only thing that's kept me alive. Damn. That move is unbeatable. The chains. So cool. Yeah, this doesn't feel nearly as bad as the first time. Damn! Even that does more. Switching between characters. 4. Yeah, down for 15. It was gonna be definitely over 15 too. They just cut me off at 15. Probably to save me some pain, which is for the best. I did it! The bloody fog and the bloody fog in the skies has cleared away to reveal the pale clouds behind. Collapsing to the ground, the horrendous test subject seems one last coup de grace away from his demise. Her frame broken and her fingers shaking, Echo struggles to her feet, puts an arrow in her bow and aims it straight at the test subject. Father, for the longest time I wanted to believe that you chose this path because you were misled. Never did it once cross my mind that this whole thing had been wrong from the very start. Alisa. The space around the test subject vibrates violently as it appears on the verge of a breakdown, apparently experiencing a mind turmoil. This is the way the world is, and there is no way you're changing this world on your own. The only thing you can change is yourself. Survival of the fittest always holds true, which is why the path we've chosen is the right one. You're right, this is the way the world is, but I've always believed that I have these people by my side who are trying to make their way through the darkness with me. They guide me toward the right path and the light in the darkness. They've been with me all along, and they will always be with me going forward. There is nothing you need to fear as long as you let nothing change you. Let's go. That's me! You're the one bearing their hopes, so you must press on. Justice is bound to echo through the land. Darkness might have already devoured this world, but there will eventually come a day when the light of the sun shines through. From behind Echo, the armor puts a hand gently on her shoulder. Farewell, Father. Commandant, watch out! Following ear-splitting blow-ups, the flying fortress's deck shakes violently, with a piece of metal flying your way is only meters away from crushing you. Lucia comes to your rescue and blocks it out. Over there! Looking into the distance, you see that Utopia's central flying fortress has grown distorted in your sight with heat waves. It's Echo. Seems like she managed to pull it off. More explosions ensue. The central flying fortress seems severely damaged from the inside. This place is blowing up soon, too. Hurry up and come this way. After wiping out the few Aurora soldiers still resisting, Liv wastes no time figuring out the fastest retreat route. Are we able to get a hold of Echo? We're experiencing heavy signal interruption here because of the explosions, and we probably won't be getting any signal around here for quite a while. This way. With the central flying fortress collapsing, Utopia seems to have hit the start button of a domino effect, sending its smaller flying fortresses into a downward spiral, one after another. The smoke and gunshots blend in the most bizarre symphony, while the deck behind you lets out cries, hinging at a horrendous tilt. We're breaking through forward and jumping off the deck. Let's get our short-distance jetpacks ready for deployment. You're safe with us, Commandant. We have jetpacks? Fear not, Commandant. I don't. It's been a while since we fought together like this. Yeah, it's been a while. Watch out! Get ready. Jump! Behind you is a bizarre mess of flying fortresses threatening to fall at any moment, while up ahead you're looking at a burning land. Even with all odds against you, however, you don't seem to feel one bit of fear. Lucia holds the protective belt on your chute with all her might, while Lee and Liv deploy their short-distance jetpacks nearby. Right, when do we get jetpacks? Seeing pieces of metal that used to be Utopia pierce the sky and leave blood-red parabolas, you might find it hard to believe that such a behemoth met its bitter end just like that. This marks the end of a giant. Commandant, are you okay? I'm okay. You're almost unscathed under the Grey Raven's protection. We haven't seen the actual war yet. Echo has chosen to face it, the war that's only hers to fight, all by herself. She's not by herself. Collapsing in a flame, the behemoth that's Utopia is falling apart in the air. The horrendous test subject takes not another breath. Her frame severely damaged and her mind unstable, Echo lies on the slanted deck and flicks the string of her bow powerlessly. Cicely, Lena, I've already come so far and I just hope that I didn't let you down. Not yet. In a daze, Echo seems the same valiant female construct that she's seen before. But you've already worked so hard. Let me give you a hand now. Lena! The name is stuck in her body, unable to make it past her vocal model. Before she knows it, her body begins moving on its own as the armor gets to her feet and supports her other arm. Don't give in here, Alisa. Leave this place. This place has always been a mistake, and go pursue freedom. Feeling as though her mind is shrouded by lukewarm spring water, Echo falls deeply asleep, the same kind she once experienced. You're on your own going forward, Alisa. You'll need to be strong enough. Lena, it was you before, too. Tears trickling down her face, Echo apparently realized something. When she sets her foot once more on the hard ground, the same figure is no longer there anymore in her mind. Gently, the armor stands next to Echo and supports her by her arm with a firm hold. Still not getting through? Lee shakes his head. Signal jammers were likely installed in the flying fortresses, and the recent explosions have disrupted reception in this area. Help is on the way. You can't hear the rest of what Lee has to say as a heavy humming noise makes its way to your brain through your ears like the piercing noise of a drill. Ah. Following the noise is non-stop explosions, sending gigantic flying fortress into a slow downward spiral amidst a cascade of firelight and smoke. Damn it, Echo. You can't go there, Commandant. Things are falling and you're gonna get yourself killed. Where's the rescue team? 1.3 kilometers out. We'll be here in about 5 minutes. Get ready, we're moving in for the rescue. Ha. Oh my god! A weak voice comes through the fog, shrouding the wilderness as the smoke from explosions slowly lifts. A few blinding shafts of light come pouring through the crack in the parted gray clouds. Commandant? A legless armor can be seen supporting a frail girl in shards and sparks raining down from the sky. She looks worn and drained, but casts you a smile in the morning sun like a triumphant soldier coming home. Echo! I apologize for leaving without informing you. It was very rude of me. And I want to express my gratitude to all of you. There's no way I could have made it through into Utopia's central flying fortress on my own. As Echo keeps talking, Liv goes ahead and starts running a quick check on her. There's something I need to tell all of you while I still can. Hickman is dead. He injected his consciousness into a new test subject and made contact with the corrupted. He seems certain that his experiment was going to be successful, but the still falling Utopia has explained everything unspoken. It's all over. But gestures at the sky. I was going to leave his memory chip behind and never thought I would make it out of Utopia alive, but Lena and Cicely brought me out. Lena? Yes, she's always been there. And Cicely is severely damaged. I can feel it. Her mind is in chaos now, and I was hoping... Don't worry, Babylonian will do its best to help the both of you. The memory chip in her hand alone already warrants her a full fix of their frames. With everything Leah's brought out of the other flying fortresses, Asimov should have no trouble recovering all the data from this experiment. You have 1,000 burning questions for Echo, except she's already fast asleep from exhaustion. However, things will only get better from now on, right? Dark as the skies might be, the sun will eventually shine through. No matter what happens, everything comes to an end one day or another. Oh my god! Oh, there's another one. Grab my prizes. Sexophilia. Or sex. What? I don't know how to. Whatever. Has proven fallacious and unviable project. Some of the plan's objectives are indeed achievable, but research findings of mind are the most important experiment results that can be attained from the project. I shall continue probing into the vast territory of mind, from which we still have a great deal to learn, and the world shall one day see what mind ever has to show for. The data from the past is all but meaningless. They are no better than worker bees and queens, which made them a loose bunch. It's impossible for one to make contact with the Ascension networks through Cecilia and her child alone to become an ascendant and an even greater being. The initial experiment has already proved my theory correct. I've come with a perfect experiment venue, and all lives shall continue in the new forge. This is where Kugawa Kurono's plan began. Inject a sufficient number of consciousnesses into one single mind, having a strong enough vessel to hold them all, to ultimately make contact with the Ascension Network. He received a grant that allowed him to turn his plan into action, which led to the establishment of Utopia, as he realized that when constructs lived by morally consistent standards aligned with the human requirements, the rejection rate during mind fusion would decrease. I have my hands on the other reports too, except for the ones to be made public. I'll be dealing with them the same old way. By the way, how's the Kurono test subject doing? She piques my interest, and that bioweapon armor. I'll take her back to Babylonia for a break when we're done. And you think Kurono is gonna be cool with Babylonia keeping her? They already have their plates too full to think about that. The task force squads that arrived have all but completely wiped out the Aurora Squadron, missing only a handful of those who ran for dear life. Led by Isurus, the purifying force was around the area and had a mission suspension notification sent to their terminals right when things were about to get rough between them and Grey Raven. Echo is now out and in the open where Babylonia can see her clearly. Trying to lay another finger on her wouldn't do Kurono any good. Those used to the dark will never want to expose themselves to the light. I'll bring you back some other data left by Cicely and Lena. Sure. Asimov nods at you and ends the conversation. After ending his conversation with Liv, Asimov returns his gaze to the dark blue behemoth that's Gestalt. There has to be something he's not privy to. Theoretically, just Gestalt? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Should have had a complete record of all the materials that the Science Council has had since the Golden Age. As far as he knows, the Science Council in the Golden Age is where the technology has brought about mind found its roots. And if he can manage to get his hands on the original documents and personnel logs from back then, he might just be able to envision a clearer picture. But apparently, a light of words shows up on the screen that reads, "This record was lost during the Acadia evacuation and cannot be found." Asimov lets out a sigh as he downs in one go the cold coffee on the table. The Acadia evacuation. It wiped out over 90% of the meeting records and the personnel logs that belonged to the Science Council from the Golden Age. Of the sea of irrelevant reports, records, case files, and dossiers, there was only one pertaining to redesignation. Effective today, Dr. Blank has been recalled from Kowloon to supervise the Science Council Section 3. Having nothing but this one line, the document appears to be a normal redesignation notice of an employee. And having gone through the sea of files and whatnot, Asimov has come across nothing other than this one document. Currently, however, Gestalt holds no records of the Science Council Section 3 mentioned in the document. Didn't turn anything else up, huh? This coincidence seems a bit too convenient. It's almost claiming itself to be a trap out loud. And that's probably what it is, a trap hidden within a time of prosperity Asimov had never had the privilege to experience himself. The blinking red light in the bottom right corner of his screen cuts his train of thought short. Another attempt at a legal connection. We sure are getting more of these lately. A self-replicating sequence. Seems like they know what they're doing. Asimov has seen his fair share of these petty cyber attacks, and these attacks are far from breaching Gestalt's firewall. but a thought pervades his mind when he casts another look over to the one-line redesignation notice on the screen. Recalled from Kalong. The last time Gestalt was under attack was... Asimov remembers what happened on that day every bit as clearly as though it took place yesterday. Uaxu? Quietly, Gestalt is giving off the same dark blue light. Facing the behemoth, Asimov's slender figure seems almost insignificant. There has to be something he's not privy to. And given more time, Asimov is sure he can dig the one and only viable solution out of the sea of data. The bad news, however, is that the time is against him. Time flies by quickly as all of you clean up after Aurora Squadron. In the afternoon, a notification pops up on your terminal toward the end of the cleanup. Echo. Is she okay? The land, having been engulfed by Inferno just a week prior, is once again furnished with green grass. There are traces here and there suggesting that there has been a fight, but not so much that they overshadow the lively greenery spreading out as far as one can possibly see. And these are the wonders of the land. Scarred and marred as it might be, all that it takes for life to return is no more than a bit of sunlight and morning dews. Commandant? Echo? What are you? Echo seems to have decorated her frame, her white hemline weavy with the breeze. I found some bodies of those who lost their lives during the cleanup, and this is where I buried them. Cicely and I made a tombstone for them and wrote a little something on it, and I was wondering if you... Echo says no more. Stand next to Echo. The flowers in her hand, Echo keeps her gaze quietly at the small tombstone. As though suddenly recalling something, she produces a nameplate out of her pocket ceremoniously. This is Lena's name tag. I hate to admit this, but she's now a part of Cicely's mind. When I was in Utopia Central Flying Fortress, I found her. She bites her lips and stops speaking. She has taught me so many things and saved me so many times, which is why I had such a difficult time accepting that she was gone. Commandant, could you give this name tag to Sika for me? Sika. I forgot what happened when I fell deep asleep because my mind had come under attack and I thought it happened because my frame wasn't working properly. After I made it out of Utopia, I realized it might be Lena who helped me get through the final stretch out of Utopia. She helped me get out of Utopia twice. Yeah. Lena. Alisa, can you hear me? Someone broke through Utopia's external defense, and it's a real mess in the lab, around the lab now. Listen to me, Alisa, you don't have much time. You need to get the armor with you and get out of here, following the path we discussed before. Me? Forget about me. Over the commotion, the researchers who had been evacuated out of the lab are making their way back into the lab where the lights on the experiment are blinking coldly. Don't look back, keep running. I'll find my way out. You have to get away from here. You have to get away. Lena cuts the line right away, wiping off the chat history when a sound comes from outside the lab. Ooh, thank God it wasn't anything serious. What are you looking at? Put her into the vessel already. The Aurora Squadron shoulders rope up Lena and put her into the vessel. This is as far as she goes, Lena figures, but there is also nothing to be scared of anymore. Because the spark of hope she let out of here is more than enough to start a fire that she knows will eventually cleanse this swamp of sins. Mind fusion experiment number 246 starting now. Is the vessel going to be able to accept an ingredient when it's never spent a day with them? Screw it, Dr. Pickman is never wrong. He presses the button. You have to get away. Her head drooping, the ingredient in the vessel falls completely quiet. I think Sega was trying to find Lena, but Lena isn't coming back. And I just don't know how to break it to her that the person she's been looking for. I can only imagine how sad Sika and the rest of them must be, but I don't know what else to do, other than asking them to keep this name tag. I can't really recall what happened back then, but I believe that there will eventually come a day when Sika becomes a commandant so great that Lena would smile at her in approval, so I'll make sure she gets this. The grass is shining green in the sun, while the skies are thick with layers of clouds. None of this feels real to me. Sometimes I can't help but wonder if this is all just a dream. That I would still be in Utopia, be the same helpless girl watching Cicely and Lena throwing themselves into the abyss when I wake up. A dream or not, you have what it takes to fight all of that now. Darkness never makes a sound when stretching on, and people never clearly remember how they survived their nightmares. The sunlight of daybreak makes them wonder if the nightmare is truly behind them already, or if they're about to live through yet another round. Every single second spent living through it one makes one that much wiser and puts them one step closer to hope and possibility. Just keep pressing on. Just keep pressing on, says Echo, her head drooping. Then she suddenly turns around and breaks into a bright smile at you. Right, I'll just keep pressing on. There's nothing I need to fear as long as I let nothing change me, because justice is bound to echo through the land. I'll become the echo of justice. I'll be the song that they sing in this world for generations to come. Gone is the illusory utopia, but the echo of justice is here to stay. I know I need her. The lies have given birth to a judge of truth who, having walked down the thorny path, has tried the perfidious deity with her own blood for all the lies he had spun. Having come so far under the weight of all the sounds and shackles she bears an eternally tormenting mind, she has found her goal and would dedicate the rest of her life to achieving it. Noticing the words that have just come out of her mouth, Echo blushes in embarrassment. That all sounds a little ridiculous, doesn't it? No, it sounds like a great dream to pursue. This is Echo at her purest, intrepid yet somewhat timid, without her facade of a warrior. What are you gonna do after this? Do the SpongeBob. I need it. I said I would go back to Babylonia with you, and I'm not going back on my word. And what's gonna happen after the break on Babylonia? Break? Isn't Babylonia going to run some sort of experiment on me and Cicely? You're an individual, also one of Utopia's victims. Babylonia was indeed going to put Cicely and Echo through experiments, but after negotiation with you, they left it up to Echo to make her own decision. I see. Well, I think I'll keep tracking Aurora Squadron. Aurora Squadron? Utopia's influence went far and beyond. When I was cleaning up the war zone, I came across evidence suggesting that there are several flying fortresses out there that hadn't been destroyed. I want to stay on Earth to get rid of them all to prevent another utopia from emerging. Sounds like a great plan. Is that okay? I'll have a talk with the higher-ups at Babylonia. Echo probably won't receive full autonomy, but seeing as Babylonia doesn't have the manpower to send off to track these minions of Coronos, you can't imagine Babylonia saying no to the deal. Thank you so much. Echo does a rather complicated salute at you in the earnest manner. World Government Rules of Etiquette, 3rd edition. Of course, this is the standard etiquette according to the world government. Don't they do this at Babylonia anymore? People don't really do this. No way. Echo lowers her head in embarrassment. When you are headed back to Babylonia, I'm stated to leave tonight. With your team? They're coming home tomorrow when they're done with cleanup. I'm just going back early to get started with the paperwork. And you? I'll head for Babylonia once I'm done with my missions here. Alright, I'll see you around then. Echo smiles and nods. Long afterward, the Grey Raven Commandant would still recall this fateful day every now and then. Upon entering the transport craft past midnight, you immediately notice the weariness etched on the faces of those around you. After you sit down by a window, Lucia smiles at you on your terminal as she says, "It's April Fool's Day. What should we get you this year, Commandant?" And the answer you offer is, "It'd be great if you guys can come back home soon." Be it going back on your own or all the long faces that fill the transport craft. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. And it is when the plane's engine is gunned and the aircraft thrusts through the clouds that what Asimov once said hits you. But that doesn't mean they won't get desperate and do something crazy, so you better not let your guard down. At that moment, you remember receiving a mail from not long ago from one certain happy-go-lucky girl with her prediction of your future. There's just one thing that you have to keep in mind. Stay on your toes when you're on your own this year. You wonder why Nanami's mail suddenly pops into your mind. And that's when you become aware of a gas quickly filling the aircraft, one only effective to humans. I just got dropped. Babylonia. That's about it, and we've got bad news too. Bad news. People on the surface managed to acquire the data we presented at the previous meeting. What's more, they even have access to information that we ourselves aren't aware of yet. We've so far seen protests and armed conflicts across a handful of conservation areas and bases, and our informants are even reported seeing Forsaken in those protesting. Oh my god. Echo, thank you so much for the raid. It scared the shit out of me. We're just finishing up the story here. That scared me. We've so far seen protests and armed conflicts across a handful of conservation areas and bases, and our informants have even reported seeing Forsaken in those protests and conflicts. It doesn't sound like something Watanabe would do. He's been quiet for 3 days now, so I have good reason to believe that they've got something going on externally themselves. Like all 25 chapters. Yeah, this is my second day doing it. Do these things all have to do with each other? I mean, to me, it seems like someone took advantage of the flow. What are you gonna do about this? Containment. We need to keep things from spinning out of control. When Heston looks out the window, he can see all the red shards and fragments blinking back at him beyond the atmosphere of the blue planet. It's a belt of waste, compromising broken pieces of battleships and dormant muscles. It's fairy tale music. Sorry for the spoilers. We can't afford another round of chaos on a global scale, not after the failure of the Acadia evacuation. The terminal on the table lets out a ring of emergency. Hassan is about to ignore it, but decides to take the call, albeit reluctantly, after seeing the name of the person calling. What? Live flight back home crashed? My flight crashed! Yes, the remaining Grey Ravens are still on Earth for cleanup. Liv was coming back to Babylonia early, taking a homebound transport craft, and good news is that they didn't find Liv's body in the crashed plane. Bad news is that the craft crashed on a river contaminated by the red tide. Alright, go get your food. I appreciate the raid. There's still hope. Is help on the way? We already put all the task force members around the area on it. We looked into the aircraft too and found nothing out of the ordinary. It's been taken in for maintenance right now, and before it was flown out for the mission. Beyond the window, the hazy skies are heavy with ash gray clouds. Put the guards from the conservation areas nearby on it too. Make sure you check through the backgrounds of the air crew. We have to find Liv. I'm missing! Where did I go? Along the banks of red tide earth. Who the fuck is this? Take this person here. Your people are more knowledgeable about dealing with the initial process. Alright. The old man nods reluctantly as he takes out the unconscious person into his transport vessel. How long is it going to take you to get ready? It's only a matter of time before Babylonia starts coming after me. Don't sweat it. I'll have known. Keep them busy to buy you some time. The old man's hand trembles at the mention of the name. Are you feeling okay? Never thought I'd ever pay you a visit, father. But don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you, since you're the last father alive. I just had no one to turn to but you because they agreed to do this out of the blue, and I didn't have anyone to help me with this. I think I'd appreciate it if you'd stop calling me that. I take it that you don't like being called that now? That's already a thing of the past. In the past, huh? He survived? No. Purple Hair Descendant laughs in self-derision. Very well. I'll let you handle things from here on now then, Mr. Bev. Beheaved. That's it! And I'm still missing. Okay, how many? We have 340 black cards, and I think I have 50. One pull. This is gonna be so disappointing. What? Ah! Still no echo. We're at 43. Oh. I don't think I have anything else I can switch. This is the welcome back one. Yeah, I need 1,000. I have 350. Uh, 813. I still got some time, but that would have been cool. That would have been a really cool way to end things. Finish the story and then bam, there she is. But no. See. I got time. I also want Feral number 21 because I love her so much, but and having fun in this activity playing her. Yeah, it would have been an epic moment. Especially after that fucking battle, man. That was rough. Trade voucher. How did I get? What is that? I like a lamb. A lamb live. Shop, exchange shop. Recycle shop. Leaf wafer? Wafer? Shh, I didn't say Weapon shop, memory shop. I got no shards. It's a leap wafer. I have no idea yet. Anyways. I was saying if there was like something that I could exchange for more event cards, but of course there's not. Voucher exchange. Yeah, leap wafer chip. I don't know what that is. Event shop is not open. So I think that's all I can do then. Damn. Alright. I am, I say way over my time, but I'm only like an hour over, so that's not too bad. I will be back on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, continuing with Alien Isolation, and I am so excited. It is like, if I didn't have like real life stuff going on, it would have been a pretty difficult fight to get myself to not play it. So I am I'm really excited to pick that back up. That was so much fun, and it's just getting more intense as we go. So I will be back Friday at 5 p.m. for Spooky Sleepover again, and hopefully I have a better Monday than I did this week, so I don't have to leave you guys. And I got some news that was just jarring, and I was already like really emotional that day, so I just decided not to go live and work on some real life stuff to get myself in a better situation. But I am so excited for spooky time, and it will be very well earned considering this and everything. Hopefully I'll let you guys know if I get her off a stream. We'll find out next Wednesday, I guess. If not, then hopefully we pull it next Wednesday. But I will see you on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for the raids. Thank you for everyone who listened. And if you want to hear the whole story read out, all of my videos go up on YouTube afterwards. Same name everywhere. Live Phoenix. You can find me. I will see you soon.